Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Can you guys all hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we are live, I believe. I'd really like to get my stream going and make sure that's working. I pull it up on the TV just to make sure it's... There we go. Awesome. Alright, so, when we last left our adventurers, quick recap of the last couple sessions. So, when you guys arrived into the first layer of hell, known as Avernus, you found yourselves in the middle of the city of Elturel, which had been sucked down into the pit. You found out you're actually the city is floating about 500 feet above the wastelands of Avernus, and you saw that below you is a raging war of devils versus demons. The demons are flooding out of the river Styx, which runs like right under the city, and battling with devils. And it looks like hundreds or even thousands of demons are down there battling. You made your way to the refuge of the High Hall Cathedral, which seemed safe, but you found that it had been infiltrated by devils. It was actually under attack, and you repelled the attack, and you cleansed the temple, and now it seems like it is pretty safe for a while, although the city itself is being slowly dragged down into the river Styx. So, but you probably have, at the rate it's moving, you've got probably a few months, but so it's kind of stabilized, except when you arrived, you met the remaining leadership from the city, and one of them, the kind of like the acting leader of everything, is an acolyte named Feria Jinx. And she informed you that Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard of Baldur's Gate, who was in the cathedral actually when the descent occurred, he was kind of like running everything and defending things, and it wasn't going well, and he decided that he needed to speak to a powerful god in order to find what you guys should do to try to save the lives of these hundreds of citizens that are still alive after the city was pulled down into hell. So Feria told you that Ravengard left to go to the cemetery looking for the Helm of Torm's Sight, which allows one to commune with the god Torm and receive visions. So you traveled there, meeting a fallen priest raised by the power of the archdevil Zariel, named Gideon. And he spoke totally normal. No reason to say anything else about that. And I did a good, appropriate job. Yes? Yes, of course you agree. And you were able to, you found out that even though he's a devil worshiper, he hates demons even more. So you were able to convince him that that's what you were there for, is to stop demons and slay demons. So he let you travel under the cathedral, and you were able to actually find the Duke, and he was incapacitated with the Helm of Torm on his head, writhing and muttering in two different languages, alternating between an angelic sounding language and a demonic sounding language. Before you could figure out exactly what was going on, a bunch of monsters came through a portal, 2 minotaurs and a howler beast, and you battled them courageously and defeated them, and Araxlor slung the body of Ravengard over his shoulder, and you guys headed back to the High Hall. On your way back, you found a halfling in an alleyway who was negotiating with an imp for his soul. He was going to give up his soul for provisions for his family. I think he was a baker. His name was Pilster, and his family had been hiding in the basement.
Pilster Doughboy?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Pilsner?
My notes,
sorry.
my autocorrect in my notes changed his name to Pilsner, so I might also call him that. So Pillsbury.
I just think it's hilarious that they did that. It's like, yes, here you go, the baker. His name is Pilsner.
And you
Sorry,
actually.
by the way,
yeah.
I I never mind. Go on. I'll
Okay.
ask later.
Oh, sure. No, any time. I'll try not to. I'm just doing like a recap and then intro, but stop me at any time if you have questions or need to say anything. Yeah. So you helped him figure out that the imp was trying to deceive him and that he was going to take that his whole family. So you told the imp to slag off, and as he was leaving, Scree snatched a shiny out of his pocket, and it's a hockey puck sized and shaped piece of dark iron with devilish symbols stamped on it, and you were able to figure out through your knowledge of the arcane that this is a soul coin, and that it is a sort of high-end currency among devils. You were planning to try to focus on it during your next rest and see if you could figure out anything else about its magical properties. You made it back to the High Hall, and that's where we find ourselves today. If you want, you can open Table Plop, and you should see the High Hall Cathedral. And I actually need to move the little camera focus. So, there. So if you open High Hall Cathedral, and I'm showing it on the stream. There you go. It's kind of a representation of what's going on. Yeah, looks
By
good.
the way, I have Featherfall, guys. So I mean, getting down is going to be difficult. I don't know if I should still take Dimension Door or not.
Getting down is always easy. Just take a step, off you go.
Actually,
Yeah, but I have Featherfall.
That's a good point. This whole time I was like trying to be like, okay, we can do this fly and this, and you're like, yeah, but Featherfall works.
I forgot I had Featherfall.
Did you do the math already on Featherfall, Nick? It's 60 feet per round. It lasts 1 minute. Was that 600 feet?
Yes.
Up to 5 creatures. So yeah, actually we could. I mean, that would be the same as doing the whole cast fly and then carry people down. So worst case, if we just need to get down and we don't care where we land, Featherfall works.
Yeah. Now
So we'll just hold on to that.
When you guys were down in the catacombs with the refugees, you found a secret tunnel hidden under one of the holy water fountains, and it led down a ways and then opened up, and you were able to look down. Basically, it's a hole leading directly down through the city, so you can look down to the space below. And directly below the city, the blood war is raging. So definitely you could go straight down, but you might want to add additional tactics in order to not drop directly into a raging battle. But we're not there yet.
Jump and I cast Featherfall.
Huh?
Anyways.
Oh. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, I know. Yes, and sorry, like I wasn't I obviously I love spoilers. I love hearing spoilers, I love giving spoilers, and I don't want to do that to you guys, but I just know that once I wanted you guys to have the expectation that it wasn't going to be like, okay, now off you go. Here's a magical hot air balloon to fly you to safety. I just wanted to get you guys thinking, and also when you leveled up, that way you could think, okay, what are some tools that would be useful to help me exit the city? Which you will find out a reason to do shortly. So you arrive back at the High Hall, and so it's the 5 of you: Zoe, the Warlock; Scree, the Ranger; Raxlor, the Cleric, and then your companions. Shora is your Expert, Rhea, the Veteran, and Lulu, the Holy Font. And not to forget Happy, the Tressum, who perches on Zoe's shoulders. And upon Raxlor's shoulders is older Ravenguard. Yeah, older Ravenguard on top of. Oh no. Oh, I just had him and I just lost his little icon. There it is. Older Ravenguard. Oh, let me send to you guys real quick. Let me send you. Let's see, in game. And where is? Oh, well, okay. I'll get older in a second, but this is where you are. This is what the High Hall Cathedral looks like. This is Feria Jinx. And... oh, well, you guys remember what older Raven Guard looked like, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
I think he's in here if you just scroll up a little bit and he's on there. 10, 12, 20, 21. I've got my concept art is spread out too much, so I don't remember which folder he's in. So as you arrive at the High Hall Cathedral doors, they open as you approach, and Seltern, the druid that you met there, is standing at the door. He opens it up, and his eyes are wide with surprise as he sees you with older Raven Guard slung over your shoulder. He lets you in, and he immediately shouts for Feria to come see. Actually, I need to pull up some notes.
Is this just repeating what we did when we first came in? Because we've already had like a discussion and stuff.
Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of recapping. So now I'm gonna do just a real quick read that is going to finish the recap and also prompt you guys for action. And then I'll open up to you guys. So Seltern open. Oh, and also that you've got the halfling with you. The halfling Pilsner had his wife and two young, little, cute, dirty halfling kids. Covered, their clothes are tattered and they've got dirt on their face, but they've got big smiles when they see Seltern the druid approach them, and he says, Feria says, Seltern, take Pilster and his family downstairs for supplies and to refresh. So he looks down at the kids and says, come on, kids, I've got some oranges that I've been keeping fresh with my druidic magic. They're sweet as candy. And the kids go, yay! And Pilster and his wife and the two kids follow Sultan the druid, and they proceed into the temple. You notice as you enter that there are a few people kind of like hanging out in the temple area, and the secret door in the altar in the middle is open. So most of the people are still down there, but there's a few hanging around. You see, a few people. So Feria met you guys and basically said that you need to perform an exorcism ritual and to banish Baphomet, the demon lord who has corrupted the helm, and allow you guys to receive a vision from Torm. So she calls over Wobear and Lore, who are basically like acting magistrates of the government. And she asked them to gather the refugees and barricade themselves downstairs while you guys do the ritual. She says she wouldn't be surprised if Baphomet himself appears, since you're literally, this is like the Exorcist. It's literally Baphomet has possessed the helm. She says, but by Torm's grace, may that not happen. Another one of the NPCs is Hilda, the head of the military, and she wants to stay because she's acting head of the military, but Feria says, no, you are the leader of the military. If Raven Guard doesn't survive, you're all we have. So you can guard the door, but you have to guard it on the other side. And then so they go off to collect everyone, and only your immediate party, including Rhea, Shora, and Lulu, and Feria are going to remain up here for the ritual. And also last time, Feria said you needed a magical item that represents great sacrifice, and you found a magical sword of the altar of a woman who slayed a dragon hundreds of years ago. So you have that magical artifact, and the people are being gathered downstairs while Feria prepares the ritual, and she will need you guys' assistance. And now, as she prepares the ritual, I'll open it up to you guys, and whenever you're ready, you can talk to her.
We already did all the talking last night. We're ready to do the ritual.
Okay, great.
So he's holding the sword. Scree's doing the religion checks, and I don't remember how many things there were to do.
That was it. So she asks someone to, and you did we do checks? I don't think we did checks, right? I was just telling you guys what was going to be coming up. Okay, cool. So so Zoe says that she can support the ritual by reciting a prayer. So Feria is performing the main ritual. Zoe's doing like a backup prayer. So you're all gathered in front of the altar. And then Raxlor is holding the sword.
You're gonna have to remind us the details of what that stuff entails, but I'm pretty sure we settled on Zoe holds the sword and Scree does religion checks.
Okay. I'm sorry. So basically, Faria says that someone who has good knowledge of religion should attempt to join her in a supporting prayer, and that someone with a powerful constitution should be the one to hold the sword, and the other one can. All you guys are going to be involved in the ritual, so the last person can just stand guard, make sure everything's okay. So she hands out the sword. Who takes the sword?
It's not a good way for deciding who the leader is. Women handing out swords.
a watery tart throwing a sword at you.
Yeah.
So he grabs the sword.
I grabbed the sword. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. I didn't open my PDFs. That's okay. I've got this. Let me open the thing real quick. Okay, so you guys get in place to perform the ritual. Zoe is standing to the side of the altar. Faria stands in front of it for the main invocation. Sorry. See, I'm not paying attention to what you guys say as I keep doing the setup, and I'm not meaning to do that. So, can each of you say where you're standing and what you're doing? And if you're not sure, then I'll recap instead of me continuing to say what you do. Zoe, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm holding the sword. See, I thought I was going to be the one doing the prayer because I have like +4 to religion. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Scree has like a +5 to religion, I think.
Okay, then I'm holding the sword. Where do I need to hold the sword at?
Okay, so stand in front of Ravenguard's body and rest the tip of the sword on the helmet, and keep the sword in contact with the helmet during the ritual.
Which one's Ravenheart?
The black guy in the armor.
We're not using tabletop. We're not using table. It's all theater of the mind. He hasn't even moved to the figures.
I think.
Okay.
You can if you want, but do I have an older token?
No, because I was confused. Yeah, in that case, that's what I'm doing. I was trying to move my character on tabletop, and I was really confused.
I think I can do. Oh, see, now it's no. Stupid tabletop.
You don't have to.
Now, I was gonna, but now it's trying to add like an Abishai, so no. So
yeah.
theater.
Okay. I go and I hold the sword, the tip towards Ravenheart.
Yep, right towards his face. Me. Okay, Raxlor, what are you doing?
Standing there waiting for the people to finish their ritual.
Okay, so you're
standing. And I cast guidance on. I cast guidance on Zoe.
On Zoe, awesome. Okay, so Zoe, remember that you have guidance for the first ability check. All right, and Scree. So she looks at you and says, "Okay, if you're all ready, Scree. Sorry, this, I can't tell you what to do here because this has to come from your heart. Can you think of an appropriate prayer to perform a powerful banishing ritual in a war between a god and a devil? And you can make a religion check to see if you can think of a prayer."
Yes. 10.
10. So you dig in your memory, and you're kind of getting frustrated because you feel like there's got to be a bunch of really good stuff for this, but you can't think of anything snappy. You do come up with a fairly common prayer, which talks about the creation of the multiverse and how the overgod Ao created the crystal spheres, and within the spheres, his daughters Selune and Shar, goddesses of light and dark, proceeded to create the world Toril that you are on. So it's not like anything special, but it's like a nice, basic, solid prayer, and you think that it would give the proper positive energy to the god side as opposed to the devil's. I mean, the demon side. This is a demon, not a devil. So So you succeeded. So you know this prayer. Faria says, "Okay, I'm going to begin." Wait, actually, let me double check my notes and make sure that I don't miss an important thing. Okay, so you've already cleansed the altars. You have to stand within 5 feet of it. You've got the sword. Okay, so Farrier warned you guys. Now, just to let you know, I've never actually attempted this particular ritual. I've done a lot of exorcisms, but
What?
never one at this level of power. So, be ready to step in and help, or, you know, if anything bad happens, or if any evil forces try to disrupt the process. So just make sure you all keep focus and stay on guard. My ritual will take 30 seconds to recite, and if we can all hold it until the end, then I believe in my heart by the light of Torm that it will be successful. Okay, and we can begin. Faria stands and she begins speaking beautiful words and poetry, but also there's like a harshness and a banishingness to it. Who has the sword?
So he does.
I do.
Okay, Zoe, make a Constitution saving throw as the prayer begins. You feel powerful energy coursing through the sword, and you fight with all of your Constitution to keep your grip and keep your focus.
And add a
18.
well. You can add a D4 to it if you need to, but with an 18, I don't think you need to.
19.
Nice.
All right, with a 19, you withstand the force. Sorry, it's actually hard to narrate and make sure I'm doing the mechanics right. Okay, so you hold your composure and you keep the sword attached as the light between the connecting point glows brighter and brighter. Suddenly, emerging from the helm, the light begins to stream out, and it coalesces into 2 orbs of light. Everyone roll initiative. Oh, and I'm gonna go put on battle music. Da, 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 da. And I guess I am gonna go ahead and use the tablecloth for now. Oh, Jake, did you just roll that 19?
Yep.
Why can I not find the initiative one?
It's near the middle, under the main character sheet.
Scroll through here twice. What the hell?
Armor class,
There it
speed,
is.
experience.
Like I said, I am bad migraine out of it. I got a 4.
Huh.
Because of a natural 1.
Okay, just 1 second. Sorry, guys. You can roll in a tabletop, or if you need me to add you, I will in just a sec. Demonic Light is 23 initiative. Oh yeah, I'll roll for put Ray and Shora in there too. Scree, did you get your initiative? Alright. Shora is 7 initiative. And Rhea is 6. Not 20. Okay, so we've got Raxlor, Shora. Scree, did you roll initiative?
No, let me roll right now then.
Yep.
16.
Okay, hold on, I'll just add you manually. Oh, you're in there. Oh, wait. Did you roll? Did you already put that? Oh, it's in there.
They just did it, yeah.
Oh, you rolled it in the game. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Raxlor, Zoe. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna skip round 1 because that was the end of round 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Raxlor is the one not standing guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say not
Yep.
doing anything. Okay, so the light orbs float up to you. So they kind of like fly out of the helm, and just as you guys figure out what's happening, then they attack. And it tries to shock you, and that's 23 to hit.
Hits.
All right, and now it does 9 lightning damage.
I'm unconscious. We forgot to rest before we did this.
Hey, which map are we on? El Terrell or High Hall Cathedral?
High
Neither.
Hall Cathedral.
We're not using tabletop.
Oh yeah, well.
Oh,
the
for initiative. For
the
initiative.
yeah.
True,
Yeah,
true.
Initiative. And my rolls, because I don't have a full set of dice and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's
Yeah.
what I use for my rolls.
Sorry.
It has
Yeah.
all my character stuff written down. So.
Yeah, sorry. I guess we'll use. So I shouldn't have said,
fine.
oh, we're not going to use tabletop, because I guess really we're kind of using that for initiative tracking. It's just that we're not using the grid.
Yeah, it's no problem. Thank
So
you.
sorry about that. Yeah. So Raxlor had 3 hit points, and you guys came in
I had
and
6.
you talked to her. Oh,
She
6.
healed me for 3.
Oh.
Yeah, she
oh,
healed me.
nice.
You just never wrote it down for 3. And we were going to take a short rest, but then we ended there, and we said, oh, we'll take a short rest when we start. And then we had a 30-minute recap and jumped right into the ritual.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
So we probably should have talked about that. Like, you guys probably would have been like, oh, hey, this is a scary ritual. Can we rest up? And what she would have said was that you cannot wait until the next day. You can't do a long rest because you just
Short
don't
rest.
have time for that. But she said that everything's stable enough with the people downstairs. You guys should be able to spend an hour resting and recovering your wounds.
And we did that?
Yes, of course you did, because that's stupid for you to be like, your leg is hanging on by a tendon, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
let's start this fucking ritual of the devil.
I was mostly being sarcastic because I didn't want to. It's lame to go, can we have rested instead? But if I go, oh, we just forgot to rest because you just jumped right into it, then it makes it a little easier.
It was actually, that was, so in my notes, I didn't, I either skipped that or didn't have like a spot for, hey, you guys look really effed up. Do you want to rest a little bit?
And I totally forgot until I looked at my sheet and I saw I had 6 HP. I went, oh yeah, we're gonna.
That it's also a good way to remember to always check your character sheet. I mean, like, not you, but like just in general, be aware, because I'm staring at it here. I didn't interrupt myself. I'm just like, dude, I guess I was just waiting to see what happened. So yes, so during the short rest, so it was a full short rest. So Zoe, you can recover your spell slots. So boom, you're at full. Of course, you're also.
But before you do that,
oh yeah, whatever.
Did you? I believe you had one. If you check your sheet.
Yeah, I'd used one, and I had another one blank.
Okay, your only healing spell is Cure Light or Cure Wounds, right? You don't have anything big.
Yeah, Cure Wounds. That's it.
What is everyone's HPs at?
I think they're pretty full. Remember, he upcast.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm at 49.
34.
Yeah, I have 49. I'm fine. I'm not sure how I have so much.
What would...
My max is 60.
What was Scree's HP?
34.
So if you would please cast Cure Wounds on me at 3rd level and see how much HP that gives me. I only have 2 hit dice left, and I'd like to conserve them so I have more of the next after long rest. Not you, Zoe, because theirs come back on a.
Now, I could also, after the short rest, use one of my spell slots to heal you again if needed.
Yes, but I think that'll be okay because we can always do it at the end of the rest. So if I go down and you need to heal me, you'll have that spell slot.
Okay.
I would always save your heals unless they're in an emergency, but hopefully that's enough to get me up to a decent amount. I won't metagame on the 9 damage I already took. I would want to be at least like 20 hit points, so I'll let the heal go off and then I'll determine what hit dice I spent. I'm already really low on resources, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
It's gonna have to be a lot.
Yeah, take the damage after you calculate what your hit points would have been, and once you figure out your current hit points, let me know and I'll just jot it down.
Yeah.
Let me know when to cast Cure Wounds.
Go ahead, cast it, and roll your however many dice. I think because remember it's 3rd level.
Yeah, so 3d8 plus
Yeah.
my spell casting modifier.
Yep.
Let me.
I'm also taking Cure Wounds instead of Healing Word when we rest, because F that. Healing Word sucks.
These are the lights that you see. I'm gonna send them on the chat in just a second. But first, I'm
gonna know what it is.
Well, I'm gonna rename the thing so you can't tell. This stupid OneDrive, it doesn't let me rename as easily. There.
Ooh, that's
13
not bad.
HP. How's that?
Not bad at all. And that was with low rolls. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So 6 plus 13. It puts me at 19. I'll add a 1d8 plus 1 to that.
Wish I could cast them as level 1 bard spells. In those
Heals?
spell
You can.
slots. Oh, want me to cast 2 more heals on you?
No, because they are per long rest, and you might need them in this fight if we take too much more damage, because 23 is not very much HP. So those are like for the emergency if someone goes down. And if no one goes down, then you didn't even need them. It's great. It's fine.
Got it.
But 23 is fine for now. So 23 minus 9. I'm at 14 hit points. And make sure everyone else recovers all their short rest stuff. See, I already did half a partial short rest because we said we're going to short rest. So I had all my abilities reset except for my HP because we hadn't rolled that yet because that was the first thing we were going to do. So I looked at I'm like, well, I already did a short rest. Why do I only have 6 HP? Oh, because it was going to start with the heal and all that. So anyway, I take 9 damage. Is it radiant damage?
Lightning damage.
Lightning, you said. Okay.
So
I am immune to lightning damage.
What? Really?
That'd be nice. No.
I'm like, where did that come from?
Furbolgs have a naturally thick skin.
Uh-huh. You know what's funny is this monster, which I'm assuming you guys are gonna identify at some point, has an ability.
Oh, I know what it is. God damn it!
If someone falls to 0 hit points within 5 feet of it, then you get something special. That's
what I thought it was from your description, but I was like, no, why would that be here? And then I saw the picture, and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. Two of them.
Two. So if that had happened, you actually would have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw or die. So as soon as you fall to 0, as soon as you fall unconscious, you immediately make another saving throw, and if you fail it, you just straight up die, and the monster gets healed.
Oh.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that. In fact, you could still die, so don't. Because that could hurt. Okay, what's your current hit points after the 9 damage?
14 hit points after every.
Oof, okay. 14. And there's a second one. So it's also gonna come blasting at you. Because, you know,
I mean,
like
that first one got a 24, so.
it's like a reaction. Oh yeah, I mean, that's, you know, it could miss. And on your turn, you can, and it misses. So it attempts to shock you as it buzzes around. And oh, by the way, it's actually tiny. So it's a very small orb, the size of like a baseball, or like maybe a little smaller. And after they both finish attacking, you notice that they light up brighter and brighter, to where there's a 20-foot radius of light around them. Which, even though, I mean, this lit up inside here, but it's like extra bright, you know, because I mean you're in Avernus, so it's kind of dim. Okay, sorry for all that description. Who's turn is next? And Raxlor, it is your turn.
So first, I would like to make a nature arcana check. Religion, I think they are actually, right?
Your choice.
I think it's religion. Mine are all the same. I think religion makes the most sense to identify what the will-o-wisp is.
It does. It's an undead,
and I rolled an
so
11.
I think undead is religion. Okay, you know that it's a will-o-wisp. With an 11, let's see.
They're undead?
Yeah, so with an 11, you know that they are undead. Type, yes. And that's all you know, because I know what you're gonna do. So you don't know anything else.
That's all I need to know. It's Raxlor's turn, and he holds up his shield as these wisps go buzz, buzz, and one of them goes past his shield, the other one bounces off of it, and he pulls out his holy symbol, his phallus of Mialiki, and raises it in the air and says a couple word prayer, and make a wisdom saving throw on both of them, DC 15, or be turned.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
That's a +2, 18. Oh, but I have to do it again.
On both? Yeah,
nope,
each
that's
of them.
The first one. The first one's 18, and the next one is 19.
Jesus.
Sorry, it's whatever. There's only a +2. Their dex is +9. There's an extra tidbit for your 11. Yeah, so that's why they're 23 initiative, +9 to initiative. But their attack is not dex based, so I guess that's nice. That's fair.
Well, it's fine. That was just my bonus action. Pretty sure turn on it's bonus action, right? I don't know why I don't have that written down.
Double check.
Turn dead. Luckily, we're at computer and it's easy.
Yeah,
Sure
it
it
Look this
is.
up in a book.
Oh, as an action. Okay, as an action. Okay, so that's my action, and as my bonus action, I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself, +2 AC.
All right. And is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Scree, it's your turn. However, you must continue reciting.
Hello?
So the prayer is actually the best thing that you can do right now, because that can make sure that this ritual completes successfully. So unless you should not. Basically, if you stop, then the whole ritual is going to be interrupted, and that's going to be the same thing for Zoe.
I hate it when my personal rituals get interrupted.
As I'm batting the wisps away, and Scree and Zoe both look like they're about to join in and help me fight. I say, "No, continue the ritual. It must be completed. Maybe something will happen once the ritual is completed. I don't think we can take these otherwise. We just have to pray that something magical happens after the ritual is done."
Hopefully so. Maybe Baphomet will show up.
That'd be a difference, a change.
Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan.
So Shora and Rhea, their turn is next, but they're gonna ask you because You guys all know that these things are immune. Oh, wait, no, it's not immune. Holy shit, really? Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
It's not EverQuest.
They're only resistant. Yeah, but I mean, come on, they're will-o-wisps.
That's funny,
Okay.
Jake.
So they ask you, Raxlor knows that they're resistant to regular weapon attacks, non-magical weapon attacks, but they're not actually immune to weapon attacks. So Rhea and Shore ask you what you'd like them to do.
I say, Rhea, use that new sword you got to help us cut down the wisp. Sure,
that's
do
magic.
your best, but try to help distract them, even if you can't, even if you may not be able to do as much damage. But I still want her using help and attacking with her bow from max range as far as she can get, and Rhea should just go up there and choppy.
Okay, so
With a +1 damage and attack.
Yes, yeah. So Shora is going to use her help as a bonus action, and then wait a minute, and then coordinated strike, right? Isn't that how it works? Oh, if
she hits, it deals
if
bonus
she uses it.
if she helped.
Yep, so she is going to shoot at it with her longbow. So she's going to use the help action on Will-o-wisp A. And she's going to shoot at it with her longbow. And she rolled an 18 plus 6, which is enough to hit the Will-o-wisp. And the damage she does is 1d8 plus 3. Ooh. Alright, 8 damage through the first Will-o-wisp. And Ray is next, and she gets advantage, I guess. Because Shora used the help action, right?
Yeah, I asked Shora to come over to me and, come up right behind me and stand there.
Oh, okay, so Shora
before she ends her turn.
Shora is, after she does that, she runs over and hides behind you. Alright, and then Rhea is going to approach the same Will-o-wisp, focusing fire, and she draws her magical long sword. It's actually drawn already. And she mutters words of smiteness against the Will-o-wisp. And she brings down the long sword, and that's going to be a +5 to hit with the +1 because it's a magic weapon. That's a +6. She rolled a 3, so that's going to be a 9 and misses. She swipes it again at the Will-o-wisp, and this time gets 17 to hit, which unfortunately is not enough to hit the Will-o-wisp. She does still have.
Did either of those benefit from help yet?
Wow.
Sorry, I've missed the advantage. Thank you. And 4 is the advantage roll. She's like, sorry. She's got her short sword though, and that misses too. Wow. NPCs not carrying it for you. Zoe, it's your turn. Again, you have to use your action to just keep holding the sword there, but don't worry, you get to make another Constitution save.
Yep. Oh, well, isn't that wonderful? Thank you. I just really wanted to, have a risk of dropping the sword this turn instead of just succeeding.
And
all right, which one did you say? Constitution?
Yes, saving throw.
Constitution save, and if it is too low, make sure you add guidance on there, 1d4. If you didn't, I don't think you did. I don't remember if you did earlier.
I didn't on the first one, but it was high enough.
Okay. You can save it until after you roll, so if you get a really high number, you don't need to waste it, but if you get an 11, it would be good to... Because I ain't casting it again.
Oh, yeah.
No, Shield of Faith takes up my concentration, because of course guidance is concentration.
21.
Oh,
I did,
well, good.
and I rolled it with the guidance just to be safe.
Good, because the guidance is gone anyway.
Thank you.
You succeed. 21 succeeds the con save, so you hold your Constitution and you keep the sword tip in contact with the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
You always want the tip to remain in contact with the forehead.
I don't understand. Why do women dislike the mushroom stamp? I don't get it.
I was gonna say mushroom
What?
stamp.
I forgot there's a kid on here. Please forgive me, Willow.
No, she's got something to Google. Please
don't. I'm glad I stopped talking when I did, because I was about to go off on a whole side thing here.
And just in time, it is the Will-O-Wisp's turn, which they still show up as demonic light, so I'm going to go ahead and change them, because I don't care. I still like surprising you guys. You figured out what it was, but no one else knew.
From the little icon in Table Plop, I had no idea. I was like, they're a light, but it's demonic? There's no way. Those are like glowing balls of light. And then the more you described them, I was like, oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's what they are. And then I saw the picture, and it just kind of solidified it. It's scarier now.
Oh yeah, and as you guys are like fighting, you kind of have like visions floating through your head, like almost like they're in front of you, like in real life, and you just of like some powerful, bright white, yellow, golden figure clashing against some blackish red demonic force. Sometimes you can kind of make out persona, but otherwise it's like just two like pure good and pure evil clashing. And the Will-O-Wisps, now that they're emerging and getting their bearings, decide that the one most threatening to them is, they don't like Scree reciting that prayer, so they're going to attack Scree. The first Will-O-Wisp tries to shock you. And Wispy Boy shocks 4. Let's see, it's a +4 to hit, so that's going to be 22 to hit.
Hits.
So you are shocked for 2d8 lightning damage, and that is a 13.
Jeez.
You don't have to make a Constitution save to keep.
Leaves me at 21.
All right, and then the second one tries to shock you as well. And 14 to hit. Does that hit?
Nope.
All right, you resist the second shock. Okay, and now Raxlor, it is your turn.
First quick question, just to make sure. In order to fly over to Scree, they didn't have to leave my reach, right? We're all within.
Oh,
a little
no, no, they needed to leave your reach, but let me double check. They do have incorporeal movement, but that doesn't stop them from taking. Yeah,
if they leave my reach.
You can make an opportunity attack against either one, and the first one is the damage one.
Okay,
yes, so
that first one. Just I swing as they buzz and hit me, and as I realize they're moving away, I swing at the one that's moving away, and I follow them up on my turn. But I'm going to swing at the one that's moving away, and that's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Sure does.
Your
and
AC is pretty high.
Yeah, I heard that 17 doesn't hit. That is. Does radiant damage affect them any differently, or do I just tell you the total damage and you can calculate it? However you want to do it.
This is. Oh, radiant damage.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Okay. So total damage then is 10 total damage. Yeah, because they're undead, so I get my bonus damage.
Nice. All right, so 10
but it's
damage.
not. It's radiant. So
it is.
That was the opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, that's right. And this one is now the light equivalent of bloodied.
Shadowweed.
It's got
some
sniper when it's dying.
So that was the opportunity attack. So before moving up, I raise my.
Radiant. That's right. Wait, so you attack with your weapon, but it was radiant damage?
Part of it was radiant damage. 3 of the damage was radiant.
Okay, yeah. So it does have resistance from non-magical. Well, don't you have a magic? You have a magical mace, don't you?
My weapon's magical. It's all magical.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So you
just the bonus damage was radiant.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I raise my holy symbol and I say, "By me, Licky be damned! You ignore my prayers and banish yourself from this place." I have 2 charges.
Okay, what is it? Wiz save.
Wiz save, DC 15.
Okay, so that's a +2. And I rolled
1 out of 4. Come on.
4. So the first one fails.
All right.
What happens when it fails?
On its turn, it has to move away as fast as it can for up to a minute or until it takes damage. And can't take reactions, can't move within 30 feet of me. can only use its action to dash. So basically, they have to zip out of the room as fast as they can.
All right, so it is turned, and the second one makes it save.
Oh, good.
It fails as well.
Oh, fails at save. Okay, so they both
attempts
zip
to
off
save.
and start buzzing noises.
Yeah.
I
Does it do anything,
say,
or is it totally zapped for a minute? It can't do anything else.
For a minute, they have to move as far away as they can, and then they have to. I guess they can come back. So 2 minutes, they'll be back.
Okay, well that's pretty good.
So they buzz off, and I say, they'll be back. But let's finish this ritual as fast as we possibly can. How do you want to do that? I say, don't attack them. Let them flee. Don't. If you hit them, then they'll break their.
Yeah, because they're still
turning.
there. They're not gone yet.
Yeah. So I mean, we can continue through initiative and just everyone passes their turns until they fly away. But I don't know how long this ritual takes to complete.
30 seconds.
Okay. So
And
however you would like to adjudicate that.
And we're on round 3, so Scree continues to pray. Shora and Rhea are watching for the return of the Will-O-Wisp. And Zoe, make a Constitution saving throw.
Do I still have guidance?
Not this
No,
time.
I'm concentrating on Shield of Faith, and also you already used it up.
18.
All right, you succeed again. And now the Will-O-Wisp turn, they both buzz out of the room, and they buzz away towards the back corner area and around. They dash, and they've got 50 feet movement, so they fly away 100 feet, and they turn the corner, and you no longer see them.
So
Raxor-
where are
yeah.
we? Just real quick, since there's not a map, just a very short description. Where are we, and which direction are they going? Are we underneath something? Well, we're in the back. We're at the altar, right?
The altar at the back of the church, the one that had the blood and gore splattered on it.
Okay, so the table plot is pretty accurate as far as where we are. We didn't have to go to a chamber or anything.
Yeah, just not these guys. These guys are downstairs.
Yeah. And then where did the Will-O-Wisps go from where we are? Just direction.
North. So I mean, it's like a dead end, but they could, go around.
Yeah, they'll basically loop around until they find the exit because they have to continue moving away from me.
Yeah, they just positioning they couldn't head towards the main altar because that would have been kind of going past you.
Yeah. Okay, just checking. And I guess I really don't have any more participation in this because it's just going to be saving rolls and checks and stuff. So
Do you want to do anything on your turn?
when it comes to my turn, I'll probably cast guidance. I don't need Shield of Faith anymore if they're gone. But
Okay, go ahead and cast. Go ahead and do that because they used their turn to zip away. It's round 4 and it's to you.
okay, I will drop my concentration on Shield of Faith and give a guidance to
So
Scree this time.
Oh, okay.
What? Scree doesn't need to make any more religion checks. It was just the one prayer.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yep, Stowy it is.
Yeah, she has to keep, or they have to keep, continue reciting the prayer. But there's no.
But they
additional
figured out what
checks.
the. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yep, they're more of a supporting role, so I guess Fairy is making the saving throws or whatever. All right, so Scree continues to chant the prayer of Ao and his creation of the crystal spheres, and how
Ayo.
his daughter was born from the abyss, or from not abyss, that has a meaning, that from the nothingness was born his daughter, who shattered in two and became light and dark, Selune and Shar. Selune begins creating the worlds and filling them with life, and Shar says, wait, don't go too crazy, we really don't need that whole life thing. And thus the great battle between yin and yang, light and dark, began. And Raxlor is kind of like just repeating the prayer. It's a fairly short prayer, so it probably repeats once each turn, kind of like a rosary sort of situation. And you guys have heard it before, but Scree was able to remember all the words. Shor and Rhea hold their what?
Oh, I was gonna exactly like the Lord's Prayer. It's like, I probably know part of it, but I could recite it.
Exactly. And, you know, thematic-wise, it might be good for you to know that there's a really common prayer that talks about how Ao created the universe and Selene and Shar is ours. It's, you know, standard.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention and taking notes.
Okay, so Zoe is to you. Make another Constitution save, this time with guidance. Or I guess you could choose to add a guidance after you roll. I think how it works.
Yeah, you can hold on to it in case you roll low, but I'll be casting it every round. Did you add the guidance?
Yeah,
You
I
can
added
choose-
guidance. Yeah.
Oh, that's with the guidance?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Hold on.
Uh,
Hold on.
Damn it!
One sec. I gotta look this up and see if it
You
applies.
rolled a 6.
Don't remember. No, I have an ability that lets me add a +10 to a creature's roll, but it's only on attacks, not on skill checks. There's some subclass that lets you do it on skill checks too, but nope. 10.
10. So with the 10, you feel the energy surging hotter and hotter, and you do continue to hold the sword to the helm, but for your tenacity, you take an amount of damage equal to...
How was I able to still hold it?
10
Tenacity.
force damage. You're still you keep
yeah,
the sword in place. The ritual's continuing, but you take damage from your
Okay.
participation. So
Thank you.
the pure force in the battle of good versus evil washes back from the helm over you, and this time you're not able to resist, and you take damage. 10 damage total, force damage. And what's everyone's current hit points so I can update my sheet?
39 out of 60.
21.
14.
All right, not bad. Okay, so it has been 24 seconds. So now we come to round 5, which is the last round according to Feria. The Will-O-Wisps remain gone. Raxlor, would you like to guidance again or anything else?
Yep, I will guidance Zoe again.
All right, Scree, you are getting
Yes.
nervous as you see the light and the power build, and you hear the celestial and abyssal voices, demonic voices,
Oh.
becoming louder and arguing louder. And now it seems like you guys can see, like, the ceiling isn't even there. Instead, you just see, like, you remember that, you know, that one meme where it's like the heaven and the Jesus guy, and then like the hell devil guy, and they're like arm wrestling. You know that meme. It's like that,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
but it's Baphomet and Torm, which I'm not pulling up concept art, but it would look really cool. So just imagine something really cool that I'm showing you guys. And Raxlor cast guidance the last time. Scree's running through the prayer the last time. Zoe, make your Constitution saving throw as Feria reaches a climax in her ritual, and Ravenguard's like flopping around and his eyes are rolling back, and you hear, oh, evil, and it's like all special effects and fog and shit.
Natural 20.
And you succeed so hard that the poop sucks back up into your butt and your pants unfold themselves.
Sweet.
And you succeed the save. And as the
When
last...
did I poop?
I'm joking. That was...
Oh, okay.
That was there was a campaign where Jake kept making my character roll Constitution save to see if I could shit my pants. And I
Poop my
failed them.
pants.
And I failed them all. Walking around, diarrhea sledge. I mean, that's how it is when you're out in battle. Sometimes you poop and pee your pants. Like,
It was the jungle. You guys drank like infested water, and you had like worms, and you were having the jungle poops.
I bet that
Sounds like the name for a really shitty sitcom. The
Oh, I'm gonna look it up. You bet.
Okay, so as she speaks the final words, there's a great thunderclap, and you all see the face of what you assume must be Baphomet, this twisted, piggish face with goat horns, wearing thick armor, and he says, "I'll get you, bitches!" And then he gets like sucked away dramatically, like in the end of not Poltergeist. Give me something else. What movie is it like?
Ghost.
Oh, Ghost. You guys ever see the end of Ghost?
No.
Yeah, I remember the shadow creatures coming and grabbing the dude.
Yeah, the bad guy dies, and like all these shadow creatures come out and drag him to hell. Pretty sweet. I'm not gonna pull.
I didn't think they live streamed a politician named Rumbaugh's funeral.
Is it Carl's End? I wonder if I can show. I wonder if it's. Does this get zapped on YouTube? Is this it? Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the baddest of the bad guys.
Hold on, I'm sending it to
All
Discord.
the bad
There you go. You guys watch it if you want. I'm gonna play it on the stream. He's dragging him away. There you go. Yeah, that's what happens. Or something. And with
Yeah,
that,
you know, I haven't seen a Patrick Swayze movie in forever. I wonder what he's up to right now.
Roadhouse. He's Hey, you guys might meet him. You guys might see him down here. Oh yes. Okay. So, as it finishes, a gust of wind blows through the curtains, and the lights raise, and you feel an evil presence has dissipated. The helm suddenly snaps off of Ravenguard's head and rolls to the ground, and you see its luster and shine returns to it, and it seems to be glowing with holy energy. Ravengard is stirring to consciousness, but he's not speaking yet. He appears to be in shock. Feria kneels by the helmet and touches it and closes her eyes, and then she looks at you guys and she says, "The helmet is safe now. We have cleansed all demonic powers, and from here within the temple..." Oh, I need to go in my battle music. Here within the temple, it should be safe to use. It looks like Ravengard is too stunned to be interrogated right now. So as I help him recover, if any of you would like, you could view the visions yourself.
Rexlor looks around, is waiting for other people to respond. He's not responding right away, unless if anyone else does. But he just kind of looks around. He smooths his fingers through his hair, kind of like does that thing with both hands and his thumbs, where he like ponytails it behind his head, just to kind of like smooth it back, just while everyone's looking, considering.
So as you guys are hesitating, looking at this helmet that just did some effed up stuff, Ravengard kind of like stirs a little more, and you see him like sitting up, and his eyes are focusing as he looks at you, and he says, "Please," he says, "you have my thanks, but I cannot speak yet. Please see for yourself. The great god Torm, he has given me a vision of what we must do, and I can't quite make out what it means. Please, one of you should see for yourself."
Fine.
God
Stepping
damn it.
forward, I lean down and pick up the helmet, and I look back to the party, looking for reassurance.
I give you a big thumbs up with a big grin, like that obnoxious, like, eh? Go for it.
I put on the helmet.
I run up and slap you on the shoulder and cast guidance before you put it on,
Thanks.
just in case.
Okay, I'm googling Torm concept art.
Oh boy.
Well, that's just a paladin of Torm. There should be like, they don't have cool avatars. Torm avatar. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's Torm. He rides on a golden dragon. Apparently. Hold on, I'm gonna send you guys a picture of Torm. It's pretty sweet. There you go. Upload.
Okay.
Okay. And Scree places the helmet on his head. And as you do, you feel your soul going on a spirit journey. Light completely fills your eyes, but you feel calm and at peace. And then suddenly you see flashes of visions. First, you see a bloodied woman wearing armor. A soldier wearing the colors and crest of Elturel. In her hands, she grasps a long sword that radiates beauty fit for an angel. Fresh blood streams from a nasty cut on her cheek. Next to the woman is a small golden elephant with rapidly fluttering wings.
Oh my god.
You know
Do I
this-
recognize it?
This is
Yup.
definitely Lulu. This is definitely Lulu. You see the woman, and she's limping and holding her side, and seems like she's running for her life as she drags the sword along the ground. And Lulu is urging her to hurry. From behind her, you see an enormous, loping demon. And I'm sending
Oh
a
my.
picture. And when I say enormous, I'm talking about like gargantuan, like dragon size. And it lunges towards the woman, attempting to devour her. She turns around and straightens herself and looks the demon in the eye. She grabs the angelic sword by the hilt and plunges it into the ground. As she does, the winged elephant trumpets with such a sound that it could be heard up to 600 feet. The demon was hurled back as an alabaster palace rose up around the sword. The winged elephant fled and took to the sky, the red sky of Avernus, where it watched as a... Hold on, I got another picture for you.
Sorry, real quick. What flew up to the sky? Where it became the Eye of Elturel?
You know, I really hate these descriptions, so I'm just going to kind of say it myself. So, as she stabs the sword, there's this explosion as this palace is emerging, and you don't see what happens to the woman, but the elephant is thrown through the sky.
Okay.
And far in the air, the elephant looks down and watches as a bloody scab grows up from the ground to engulf the palace and the enormous demon that was chasing them. Flash, the winged elephant is wandering the wastelands of Avernus. Delirium in her eyes. Suddenly, she stops. She's approached by creatures. The vision clears, and you see two odd bird-like humanoids dressed in patchwork armor and standing next to a strange infernal vehicle. The bird creatures are carrying odd weapons and tools. The vision fades.
Oh.
Your sight returns to you, and you see your friends around you. and no one else has seen anything. This was your vision that you saw.
Oh my god.
What was it? What did you see?
Bree, sits, like, down on the floor, like, completely in shock, unknowing how to repeat what he just saw. No, don't give me a plate of ketchup! Hold on.
Scree says that.
That was a little
Oh,
interesting.
no, Scree did not say that.
That must have been really bad.
Okay, anyways. No, I don't want your ketchup. Okay.
That is a combination of words that I never thought I'd ever hear in my entire life.
I just recite what I saw as best as I can.
I say, dude, let me get a hit of that. And I hold up grabby hands for the helmet, because I think that sounds awesome.
I mean, you can put it on if you want to.
I go, really, thanks. I grab it and I put it on.
Whoa.
Do I get the same vision?
You do. And I can, anyone who's seen the vision, I can recap. You want me to recap it for you?
No, I don't need a recap. Please don't recap.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing.
Say something about something about the. Did you describe the Eye of Elturel? What area was this in? Do we know where this was? Did it look like you said it was Avernus that it was in?
It was the wastelands of Avernus. You didn't see any landmarks or anything at all nearby. It was totally unknown, unrecognizable to you. However,
and then when the sword went in the ground, it exploded a palace and a scab.
Yes.
Created
and
both.
Okay. Yeah, and I sent you a picture.
I see. I'm looking at the picture. Picture.
So that's a thing that exists, definitely.
Okay, so the sword turned into a palace and a scab, and created a scab out of the ground, which is covering whatever this horrible demon is. So underneath the palace, when we find it, there's probably a demon being scabbed under it. And did you say something about a thing flew up into the sky and watched down on Elturel? Or not Elturel, but...
Yeah, so Lulu was able to see this happen, got thrown into the sky, hundreds of feet, and then as she catches herself midair, it was a powerful force, looks down and sees this palace that has grown up. And then you don't, after that, it cuts to her wandering Avernus.
So the thing that you described went up into the sky was Lulu.
Yes.
That's all I was... Okay, I've got the rest of it. That's what I was clarifying.
And the palace rose up around the sword, like Temple of Time style.
Yeah. Yep, okay. I got it. And so I take off the helmet, and as the vision ends, and I say, wow, you weren't kidding. That was interesting. And I look around, the whole party, and then I look at Lulu. My eyes linger on Lulu just a little bit longer, and I'm like, huh. I say, Screed, do you recognize who that woman was? I think she looked familiar, but I don't know that I've seen her before.
I shake my head.
I have an idea who it is.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what does Rhea say?
They're interested. Rhea says, "Oh, what woman? What woman did you see in this vision? Can you describe her?"
Yeah, sure. I describe her. Do I recognize her? Could I make a check to know if I recognize her? Or is it someone I've never seen before?
You've never seen their face before.
Okay, so it's not someone I necessarily know.
And Rhea doesn't...
I have an idea who it is, but...
And Rhea does not understand, she's like, okay, that's... I don't know. She's like, is that a Hell Rider? It's just not... It's not clicking to her.
Does my character know the story of, Zariel? Could I infer that it might be Zariel?
You've seen Zariel's face in demonic form from statues and stuff, and it doesn't look like her. You do get changed from, but it didn't really look like her. Then again, Devil Zariel is bald, but the face itself doesn't look the same. You notice that Lulu has her eyes wide and her jaw dropped. Click on her.
I say, click on her. Scree, do you want to do that interaction? You were the first one to do the helmet thing. I just wanted to have it be directly relayed so there wasn't any question. Did you want to interact with Lulu, Willow? Or I can do it if you...
Lulu says,
You.
the woman. I know who that is. As one of my 1d6 memories returns to me, indicating milestone. But she doesn't actually say that. She just says one word. Yale.
Gale?
I know that woman. I was with her. Yes. Of course, she was a loyal Hell Rider on the side of good. She reminds me a lot of you, Rhea. Oh, thank you so much. You've been so brave. We couldn't have done this without you. Unfortunately, that was a long time ago, and Yale was mortal and has surely passed away. But the Kinku, I remember them. Their names were Chukka and Clonk. They found me. They rescued me. They took me to a sort of refuge out here in the wastelands. Oh, let me see. It was a fort built into the side of a huge hill. And the hill is shaped like a 5-fingered knuckle hand clawing out of the ground. Knuckles. Knucklebone! Fort Knucklebone! Yes! Yes, that's what it was called.
I say... So this person who used to be your companion, you say they might have passed by now, but the last time you saw them, they were engulfed in this giant scabbed palace with a demon?
Yes, but if that was the sword of Zariel, why that legend is over 100 years old. So I don't think a mortal woman would survive that, but I was there.
But the sword might.
The sword might. That must be our key. Right? Like the sword. And Ravengard agrees. He says, "Yes, the sword of Zariel. Of course. Only a weapon of an angel could be used to slay a devil." And then Lulu kind of like looks shocked and she goes, You think we can kill Zariel?" And Rhea says, I'm no expert on Zariel. I do know that she's the strongest battle-wise of all of the archdevils. And then Lulu says, maybe we don't have to kill her. Maybe the sword has some sort of spark of good left in it. But either way, I agree. If we find that sword, we should be able to free Elturel. We should be able to defeat Zariel. We should be able to save the world. Magic sword fixes everything, you guys. Fort Knucklebone. That's where we need to go.
The world of Elturel, because no one else is having any. Everyone else is just chilling in the material plane right now.
Oh, but Elturel is enslaved by the companion, which has the true Biggie in it, or whatever the hell I came up with 18 months ago.
Oh, right, and then the world. Yeah, okay.
Remember, we couldn't think of a way to cut through the magical outer shell. The sword of an angel. Surely we could cleave the prisons and rescue the true Biggie.
And then we bring the sword back to Zariel and rule over the 9 hells with... And I look around at everyone as I'm saying that, and I'm like, but not that. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You silly joker, you.
I would never think to be the master of Avernus. Hold on one second.
As he goes to be a sunny theme, it's Jake becomes ruler of Avernus.
The music starts and the titles. So rules over the 9 hells.
This whole game was just the intro song for my sitcom where I'm the ruler of the 9 hells.
I could believe it too.
Mom says she wanted me to let Noah. She wanted me to tell you to tell Noah that she's coming.
Oh, 1 second. Let me talk.
sounded a little menacing.
Coming to get him. I mean, yeah, so basically what it sounds like is the railroad leads us to this palace place where there's probably some horrible demon that's too powerful for us to fight, but it's entrapped. But it's also entrapped with a MacGuffin that we need to collect, and potentially a really strong ally who is either dead or not dead, but if they were holding the sword of an angel, maybe this scab is like a time freeze or something, and they've been frozen in time for 100 years in battle with the demon. So it sounds like we need to A, figure out where Knucklebone Knoll is, B, figure out how far it is and how we get there, and C, do that safely. We knew we were going to have to get down at some point. This is on just somewhere obviously on the surface of Avernus, and it'd be nice if we could find some vehicles. It sounds like the Kenku have vehicles. Are you a Kenku, Scree?
Huh?
Are you a Kenku?
Yes.
You're not Aarakocra, right? Okay. I don't know all you bird dudes. You're all the same.
Ooh, that's ageist.
I would just like to point out.
Oh.
I would just like to point out that at
Too
one
far,
point,
man.
about 2 years ago, I wanted to play a human in a tacky, crappy built bird suit, and that human thinks he's an Aarakocra, and Nick was like, "No,
Oh my
that's
God.
stupid." I was like, I mean, you realize the background and the way, because I might think that I'm an Aarakocra and I don't have any of those special moves, and it's obvious that I'm not, but I'm convinced I am. Anyways,
Yeah, that'd be
moving on.
fun to adjudicate.
I think
yeah,
that would have been
Jinx the
fun.
DM, that's a great idea.
yeah. In our one shot, maybe. So I say, well, Scree, you're a Kenku, and those Kenku, you saw
Yes?
them. They didn't look demonic or possessed or anything, did they? They just looked like, like Mad Max style, like scavengers, didn't they?
Yeah. It looked like roguelike, like if they lived in the middle of a wasteland kind of thing.
Yeah, like not only evil things live down here, some things live down here that might have gotten trapped, or they might be surviving or whatever. So if we find them, they might be able to help us travel the wasteland. They've got vehicles. I mean, we don't have a whole lot to offer, but I mean, how much gold can one of those things cost? We've got the soul coin.
We don't. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We got a soul coin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's currency down here. You go down, you're like, hey, can we barter with you? We need a machine. They're like, what do you have? You don't have anything. We're like, we've got this. And you're a Kenku, so they might not like us normally, but if you go up to them, you're like, yeah, we're brothers or whatever, they might be more likely to listen to you. So I think we need to figure out where those Kenku are and go talk to them. Also, not only could they potentially help us travel, but they're the ones who saved Lulu, so if they see Lulu, they might be able to help guide us to Knucklebone Knoll. I think it's Knucklebone Hill, but Knucklebone Knoll sounds cooler, so I'm calling it that. So ultimately, we need to get to this palace, and I think the way to get there is going to be find the Kenku, show them Lulu, ask them for directions. They're obviously not evil because they took Lulu, and Lulu somehow got back to the material world safe. So unless Lulu had to fight her way out, I think that these things might be potentially friendly. What do you guys think about
Friendly to
that?
an extent, yeah. I think that would be
mean,
cool.
To an extent, everyone's friendly to an extent down here, so it only goes so far.
So Lulu
yeah.
says that because the fort is built into a giant, uniquely shaped hill, she is going to go fly up to the top of the cathedral and get a vantage point and see if she can see it anywhere close by. And she flies off to go do that. I just want to take this moment to say that it's quite a feat trying to weave narrative and book stuff and roleplay and actually have characters communicate. And I'm going to say, anything that you're like, God, that's really clunky, that's stuff in the book that I'm trying to make sure makes it in. So you see this vision and Lulu goes, Oh wow, that's Yale. But never mind who that is, even though it seems really important. The Kinku, Fort Knucklebones, info dump. I'm gonna go fly off and look for it, and then whoosh away she goes. So, trying to make it work. But gosh, this adventure, man. You know, there's like 30 people that wrote it. Okay, so as she leaves to go see if she can see Fort Knucklebones anywhere in the distance, Duke Ravengard looks at you guys and he gives you a sincere thanks, and he says, "Unfortunately, I must stay here to manage and defend the High Hall. You have my sincere gratitude for all that you have done, and I'm sorry for all that you have done." And as he's saying that, you see Faria goes to the altar to open it and let everyone know, hey, it's okay, it's safe to come out now. And you see Hilda immediately emerge. So she was waiting like, right on the other side of the door. And she comes out and she's checking everything. Ravengard continues and says, "I am sorry, but I must ask you a terrible thing. Will you be my ambassadors? With my designation, I charge you to go and retrieve the sword of Zeriel and find a way, hopefully, to save the city with it. I know this is very dangerous and maybe an impossible task, but there is no one else capable of even trying. And if you cannot save us, surely we are all dead anyway. As I send you on this mission, I dub thee Sir Scree, Sir Raxlor, and Dame Zoe. If you accept my mission and somehow save our lives and return our city and citizens to the material plane, I swear to you that the entire realm of Eltergard will be at your service. We will offer anything you ask and make you honorary dukes of Baldur's Gate."
Yeah, I accept.
I look at Zoe to see what she says before I offer a reply. I want to see what the rest of my party thinks.
I guess that could be cool.
I say,
I'm not doing anything
well,
else.
I say, well, if it's okay with the rest of my allies, I certainly see no problem with that. I mean, I definitely wasn't already going to go try to do that myself with or without your blessing. So I'm certainly glad that you directly asked me to, so that now I have a reason to do that rather than not doing that, which I wasn't going to do. I say, I accept your offer with one caveat, that you probably... Maybe you should cut that out a little bit, but I'll accept it. But, you know, binding your entire city into service for a promise has not worked out for you guys so well in the past, you know, just saying.
Ravengard's gonna say, "Hey, I'm from Baldur's Gate. You're talking about Elturel. I'm just trying to save Elturel.
Okay, well...
There's no Baldur's Gate creed resolution.
I'm just saying, maybe you should take a vote of the people that you're swearing into our service before you start offering them up. Oh, our people will do whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, you don't know me that well. You just met me.
Well, you're pretty much looking at the entire leadership of the whole realm at this point because so many have died. So they're pretty much basically promising resources of whatever they have. If they have troops right now, they're kind of down on forces a little bit and military, in case you've noticed. But, you know, if you ever restore them, and let's say you go on a subsequent mission, you would have a couple of major cities that would support you with, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I'm super stoked for the offer. I just think it's not... I mean, the last leader you had who offered his entire city in... I mean, he's fulfilled his promise that we're here. And we're trying to undo... Yeah. This whole mission is trying to undo a promise. I say, but yes, we accept your mission, and I will swear on my left pinky finger that I will do my best to save your city while also saving the lives of myself and my companions to the best of my ability. You know, I'll try. It's like when your boss asks you to, like, hey, can you get this done by the end of the day? You're like, I can try. Like,
I won't not try to do it. I won't
Be
work
late.
against it happening.
I'm gonna be late. No. I'm scheduled till 6 o'clock. I'm leaving at 6 o'clock. If it's done by 6, cool. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got a couple months before the city crashes into the sticks. If you succeed, yay. If not, then I guess y'all see if Fort Knucklebone's hiring.
here, I'll do something. I'll do I'll do something cute with that. Now that we've all officially accepted, I say, well, I appreciate that you have dubbed us knighthoods and maidenhoods or whatever you call it for a girl. I say, but I do have 2 more requests that I will need to be fulfilled before we officially accept your quest. I say, for one, this lady has been with us since the beginning of our journey, and I know that she already holds a high position in your army, but I think that the sword that she carries, which is your sword, which we used to save you and was absolutely necessary in the task of saving you, I think that should be bequeathed unto her as a gift and also as a promise of a promotion in the future. And I say that first, and I want to see a response to that.
He says, the future. Yes. What can any of us know about the future? Well, and he turns to Rhea and he says, I can see by your armor that you're a veteran of the Hell Riders. It's incredible. You are the first in over 100 years to actually ride into Hell and still live. And in fact, the first to be successful, at least so far. You have my eternal gratitude and honor as well. And she says, thank you, sir. And she looks at you and she kneels before him and she actually offers up the sword and says, I would be happy to serve under your command, and I return your sword to you. And
I say thanks, I grab the sword, and I give it to Scree.
No, she's offering it to Alder.
Oh, no, I do that. I grab the sword from her. Okay, fine. Never mind.
Well, I mean,
I don't grab it. I don't grab it. I'll see how they work it out, and then I'll ask for it back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, anyway, Hilda, the army person, she steps forward, and she says, Older, talking to Ravengard, she says, Rhea has striven her entire life to become a paladin of the Companion. Looking around, it seems they have all passed away and are being gathered to Mount Celestia by Torm's loving hand. You will need a new army if our survival is to be ensured. Ravengard looks at you and looks at everyone else and says, you're absolutely right. Rhea, for demonstrating fortitude and acuity far above and beyond the call, and for preserving the holiness of El Terrell and defending her citizens, I hereby promote you to Paladin in the Order of the Companion. And, now her stat block is Paladin instead of Veteran.
Nice.
And he continues and says, and keep that sword as the sidearm for your new post. You are no longer a captain, you are a knight. And then he looks and says, Hilda, you are in charge of rebuilding the knighthood, and Rhea is your first general. Hilda says, it is my honor to have you on my team, Rhea. You are the leader of the new Order of the Companion, and I charge you with recruitment and training of new knights. Rhea says, thank you, but given that the Companion turned out to be a calumniator, that's a real word, look it up, I would like...
right now.
A what? Calumniator?
Calumniator. The Companion turned out to be a calumniator. More of a calumniator than a companion, if I do say.
Is that in the book?
No. I googled companion antonym and found a word that started with a C and would go well with companion, and I'm taking credit for that. Nothing cool I say is in the book. If it's cool, I made it up myself. What's the definition of calumniator?
Calumniate is to make maliciously or knowingly false statement about. So
I was going to say, I'm a calumniator to James when we were still able to talk to him.
Yeah, it's like liar. It's like malicious liar. Because a lie is just a lie, but a malicious lie, like, that will actually do harm. So
Yeah, like this This
Yeah.
was the companion
The
that was
thing
supposed
is
to
a
ward
liar.
off evil, but it turned out that it is evil.
Yeah. That's a good
So
word.
Ray-
I had to ask.
I'm not gonna
that's pretty
spend
good.
time. Thank you. I'm not gonna spend time finding a word just to not make sure everyone explains it. Okay. So Rhea says, "I would like to rename the order," and Ravengard says, "Be it your honor." And Rhea says, "We shall be called the Peacekeepers of Torm, the brave, god of duty and loyalty, the true god and hand of righteousness. It was by his blessing that we survived, by his temple we sought refuge, and his helmet provided us wisdom. Thus I swear to Torm this oath of devotion. I will give my life to defend Elturel and protect its citizens. This duty I swear to perform, be it in Avernus on the material plane or at the depths of the fathomless abyss itself." Holy light streams in from nowhere, from the ceiling and windows all across Rhea, and it gets brighter and brighter, and her armor begins to transform until it is now white and gold as she becomes a paladin of devotion to Torm.
I whisper under my breath, could have done a vengeance paladin. I swear vengeance to Zariel for dooming our city, you know. Could have gone like that, no.
Oh, yeah, no. Or Oathbreaker. She'll be like, and now that I've sworn my oath, fuck Torm, I'm an Oathbreaker. Yeah, new stat block.
Intentionally.
Oh my god.
Swear an oath just to break it, and so you can be
Just
Oathbreaker.
to break it. That's like pagans or whatever who get a blessed communion wafer just to do rituals on it.
Yeah, not pagans, that would be Satanists.
Whatever they are, yeah.
Pagans would use regular communion wafers. they just imitate the Catholics because it's all the same thing. So as the refugees are continuing to emerge, go ahead.
Oh, if that cutscene's over, I had another. That was my caveat number 1. So Rhea becomes a paladin. I'm like, cool. I say number 2. After he makes her a paladin, gives her I'm like, now the second thing I demand.
She has to come with us. Oh shit, that's not gonna work now.
No, I know. I don't want. Are you kidding? He was the most useless. I put my arm around Shora and I say, "This little one has saved our life more times than I can count on my little fingers. And if you're giving us a knighthood, then she needs one as well because she's coming with us and she'll be just as valuable as we are in saving the world." I mean, nothing special. She just also needs to be a knight.
Sure, just get the parent or guardian to fill out this permission slip and sign here.
She doesn't have any, so...
Yeah. So Ravengard looks at Rhea and says, "Rhea, that would be you." And Rhea kneels down to Shora so they're on the same level. And Rhea looks at Shora and says, "I know your mother told you stories of the Hell Riders when you were younger, and you always wanted to be one. Well, I tell you, with my own eyes, I've seen you fight braver than most grown men." And that wussy guard Trevik is just emerging from the secret passage. Like, all the refugees are like emerging, but he hears her say that, and you could kind of see him like, oh shit. he feels kind of bad about that. Rhea
specifically talking about him.
Yeah. Rhea continues, "You fought to preserve even my own life without regard for your own. Truly, you have earned this." And she unpins a badge with the symbol of the Hell Riders on it. And she says, "My old Hell Rider badge. This is now yours. I dub thee an honorary Hell Rider," and pins the badge onto Shora. And she says, "And since with my transformation there are no remaining Hell Riders, you are now the last Hell Rider, which you properly deserve, having descended into hell and fought your way to safety, risking your own life to save many others." And when she pins
that sounds
the
like
badge
a really shitty Nicolas Cage movie. Leader of the Hell Riders.
Yeah, Ghost Rider plus 8mm. So
Exactly.
she pins this badge. She pins the badge on Shora, which is not a magic item, but because of the magic of the situation and the respect of Shora for Rhea, the item grants Shore a +1 armor class. So she gets a +1 armor class boost. And only she can attune to it. It's not a magic item, so don't try to min-max it. It just gives her +1, her alone, +1 armor class. So
I wasn't even thinking about it until you said that. Now I am, and I'll figure out a way.
So she thanks Rhea, and they tears stream down their cheeks as they embrace and shake hands and gesture to each other in some sort of a way. And then Shora stands and composes herself and pledges to find the sword, help you guys find the sword, and return to save Elturel. And Trevik at this point approaches Rhea, and he says, he goes, I have to make up for myself. I will never be a coward again. Will you let me train under you as your first night in training? And Rhea says, well, we've got a lot of training to do, but I'd be happy to have you in my ranks. And he says, thank you. I pledge to never again cowardly abandon my post. I am ready to die for my duty. And the halfling guy, Pillsbury Doughboy, he comes up and he says, me too. I was about to give up my life for a bunch of food. I might as well actually try to defend my family.
That's his voice now. You have to do it every time or I'll complain, see?
Seltern the Druid. It's okay, because you're never going to see him again.
That.
If it's a really cool, unique accent, it's because you're never going to hear from them again. And Seltern walks up and says, well, golly! No, I'm kidding. He goes,
oh, no!
Bye, Seltern.
Oh,
Seltern the Druid walks up, and he wants to be included as well. He asks Rhea if he can also join, and he's ready to train. She looks around and Rhea says, well, it looks like we have the beginnings of our first platoon. I'll get you all trained and organized, and we'll search out more survivors and expand our ranks. We Elturians will not go down without a fight. We will not go silently into that good night. We will rebuild and retrain, and by Torm's grace, we shall persist until we prevail. And you all see a vision of Torm riding his chromatic dragon above you, and Torm says, go, my children, with my blessing. And then the Holy Spirit, and so on. And then suddenly Lulu rushes back and says, and interrupts everything going on and says, hey guys, I saw it. I saw the Knuckle Hill. It's very close. It's only like 10 miles away. If we leave first thing in the morning, we should be able to make it there before the day ends. And Faria says, yes, and I think we're all ready for the end of the day. If you're all prepared, I think that we can go all rest up and do a long rest. And there's not really day and night here, but after 8 hours, then you guys should be rested up and you can figure out how to continue, and anything we can do to help, we gladly will. And there you go. And there's my cutscenes.
Yay.
And the book offers such little guidance, so I worked so hard building up connections, and here's what Shore wants. So 5 sessions ago, Shore is like, I wish I could be a Hell Rider just to do this payoff. I can't tell if that's really awesome or really horrible. And there's so many more.
Well, I've been looking forward to it, so.
Yeah. So big cutscene. Now you guys all feel nice and awesome and motivated. And so everyone do a long rest. Get your spells prepared. Oh, and with this long rest and with the blessing of Torm shining upon you, you all advance in level.
Yay!
So do we roll?
Oh yeah, so everyone go ahead and roll your hit dice, and then add your stuff, and I'll check your characters real quick to make sure of what you got, but go ahead and update your sheets, and once you guys are ready to go, then we'll jump to the morning. Also, I'm going to tell you, Scree, I'm going to tell you a little more about the soul coin.
Yes.
To focus on it. You did a short
What
rest,
level are we now?
7.
7?
You advance to level 7 of your primary class, because you all have 1 level in another class.
Awesome.
So each of you roll 1 hit dice to see how much your max hit points increase by. So that's going to be a D8 for Zoe. I've been saying Zoe. It's actually Z-O-E. Zoe.
Yeah, that's okay. I answered both.
I think Ranger's D10. So whatever your hit dice are, Scree, one of those.
We don't
Uh-huh.
add anything to it. Just straight roll 1d8 or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, you add
Plus
your
your con.
constitution. Yeah, add constitution.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Thank you.
And let me make sure you tell me the roll and the bonus. If you get a 1, I'll make it more than 1. Yeah, screw
I got a
D10.
total 7.
Got
Alright.
it.
Okay, so Raxlor is now
Oh, shit.
58 hit points, right?
So actually, 60.
Aw.
Because I rolled a D10 because I was looking at my fighter hit dice, but it's a D8. My D10 was a 6. I rolled a D8 and I got an 8.
I got a
it. I
5.
got 9.
It could have been sucks, but it didn't.
I got
got-
9. 6 roll and 3 from my con.
Oh, nice. So what are you, a 69?
And I'm never leveling again.
I choose to not take any hit dice
I'll
this
be-
level.
I'll be like Bulbasaur in the original Pokemon, where he just refused to evolve because he didn't want to. And so Ash finally gave in and let him be who he wanted to be.
Nice. And Scree, what did you roll?
5.
So you're at 60. Are you at 65 now? Or what's your your roll plus your constitution modifier?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, what'd you roll?
3.
Yeah, sorry, you're gonna take that. So 65.
Uh,
Alright, so I'm gonna tell me if I'm right. Raxlor, max hit points is now 60. Zoe, max hit points is now 69. Giggity. And Scree, max hit points is now 65. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. And okay, so hit dice. You add during a long rest, you recover half of your hit dice. So Zoe, that's easy. Your max is now 8d8, so you recover 4, and you had 0, so you now have 4. Raxlor, you now have 7d8 along with a d10.
I don't think yours was up to date, but I have 4d8 and 1d10.
Oh, I meant max. I'm talking about max. Sorry.
Max, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did
whatever
I
you
get
recover.
How did I get to 68 max HP in the first place? I never wrote down my roll for 6th level, but when I leveled to level 5, I had 41 max HP. And then level 6 somehow I had 60, and I'm confused.
Oh, well, so you're not actually level 7. You're a 7th level warlock, but you have 1 level as bard as well, so you have the hit points of an 8th level character. And since your
And
D8
that makes sense
is,
now. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and your hit dice is a D8, and 8 times 8 is 64. So you're 69, so that's about right.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Thank you. I just want to make sure I didn't screw up.
Yeah, you're about
unlike,
10 above average.
Yeah,
unlike some
you got
people who
good
like
rolls.
live to cheat, I am 100% about whatever happens, playing the game like that.
Yeah, no, you got good rolls. I can't remember them, but they're on the stream.
Yeah, I'll have to look them up.
Yeah, you have the most. You're basically the tank. Even though Raxlor has all this armor class, you're at 18 armor class and 69 hit points. So yeah, you're about as tough as the cleric actually.
He's pretty tanky.
I'm a warlock, and I also just stabbed myself in the finger with an X-Acto knife.
Okay, never mind about
It
the armor
slipped.
class. Oh, high armor, high AC, high hit points, low armor class. I stabbed myself with an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, it kind of hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. That
It
you
was in the
actually
tip of my pointer finger.
Oh my
Not even like it
God.
was like my arm or hand. It was in like one of the most sensitive spots. In fact, probably the only reason it doesn't hurt that bad is because my carpal tunnel is so bad I can't feel most of it.
Oh, yeah. And you can't even like put a band-aid
Silver
on it
lining.
effectively. Silver lining.
Not very well.
Did my shield recover charges?
Yeah. I think it recovers all of them. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, all
At
extended
dawn, I think you said?
charges- Yep, at dawn. So at the end of your rest, it gets
Okay.
all of its charges back. Make sure you guys,
Cool.
anything that you have that's got charges that refresh on a long rest, spell slots and all that, make sure that you recover those. One day, optimally, I would just have one sheet that makes it easy for you guys, but right now you just kind of have to track your stuff.
We're continuing now then, right? We're not ending on the long rest?
No, I mean, it's only 10 o'clock, so we could go a little... You're trying to escape the city, you could do that and see how far that goes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna need to do... I'll do it while we're playing. I need to select spells. I pretty much have what I want, but...
You remember that Scree has Mummy Rot, and at 7 a.m., which is basically...
Oh, yeah.
minutes after your long rest, his maximum hit points are going to decrease if it is not cured. So... it's an hour.
What is that, a disease?
It is a curse.
Curse? Okay.
Yes, it is a curse, and morning is at 6 a.m., so you've got an hour after your long rest to cure it.
3rd level spell, Scree, break my balls here.
Come on.
I mean, how bad is it really? I ask you, I'm like, are you doing okay? How's that curse handling you? I told you not to touch that tomb.
So
Well,
you're probably
hurt.
you're looking at like remove curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me look in this book. I think it actually specifies. Maybe they were trying to be nice. Pretty sure it actually specifies that. Yeah, because I look it up and it's, if I just Google it, it says you have to do remove curse. But let me double check.
Yeah, they might have said like, oh, lesser restoration technically works. But yeah, look it up.
Okay, no, I just have to go look at a mummy stat block, I guess.
Mummy Rot should be in the DMG, is it not?
Oh, the only book I have with me is Avernus. Everything
Oh.
else I Google. Okay, it says. Oh, it does say remove curse. The curse lasts until removed by the remove curse spell or other magic. Oh, you're gonna have to burn a level 3 spell slot.
Yeah, that's alright, I usually do.
Yeah, the hit point maximum decreases by 3d6 every 24 hours.
Yeah, we don't want that.
This doesn't count, but I'm just gonna roll 3d6 to see what that would look like.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
8. So Scree could
Yeah.
actually end up with less max hit points than they started with at this level. Man. Scree, you gain one new spell, and you've selected Pass Without Trace, which I think is a great choice. So go ahead and update your character sheet with that.
Yeah.
I'll check and see if you get I think you might get an extra spell slot. And then also
Everyone gets a 4th level, I think. I don't know about halfcasters though.
Not ranger. Yeah.
No.
halfcaster.
Yeah.
They do get a slot though. So now you have 3 second level slots instead of 2. So on your spell sheet, it should have a 3 written by the second level spell, or 2 written by the second level spells. You can erase that and put a 3. And erase your marks because all those are cleared up. So you now have 4 first level spell slots and 3 second level spell slots. And their archetype feature for Horizon Walker is it's called something cool. I think it's called Ethereal Step, but they are able to, as a bonus action, step into the ethereal plane for their turn, 6 seconds. Well, not 6 seconds, until the end of their turn. So Etherealness is a 7th level spell, so normally you'd have to be a level 14 wizard or higher to cast it. Scree can cast it once per short rest as a bonus action, but it only lasts until the end of their turn. So Etherealness, you can step into the ethereal plane, the border ethereal specifically. You can see everything, but nothing can see you, and so you can travel around without anything interacting with you. So it's kind of like super invisibility. They can't see you, can't hear you, can't touch you, but you can still see them, and you can move around. You could walk through a solid brick wall. You could do a lot of stuff. Zoe, did you decide on a spell?
Not quite 100% for sure yet. I was still looking and deciding.
Okay. Well, if you think of it and it comes up before the end of the session, if not, then you've
I'll
got,
figure it out.
2 weeks. No big deal. We're not going for that much longer today, but yeah. And you also get a new Eldritch Invocation. And Raxlor, I know you really just don't get anything but spells, but I mean, you can redo your whole spell list for the day. You don't have to send that to me. You can tell me. It would be cool to know what spells you have prepared, so I can make sure I write around it, so that you cannot use any of them effectively, and I counter every single thing you do, because that's what DMs are supposed to do. Oh, and Scree, the soul coin.
Yes.
So you don't learn everything about it. You can sense that there is probably more to learn about it. So you can learn about the item itself, but you don't necessarily know every single possible use for it. So there might, and you can kind of sense that. You can sense that this is a very versatile item. But as it stands, here's what you can do with it. You can actually feel, so to hold a soul coin is to feel the soul bound within it, overcome with rage or fraught with despair. An evil creature can carry as many soul coins as it wishes. A non-evil creature can carry up to your constitution modifier without penalty. If you have more than that, you get disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. What is your constitution modifier? I think you said it's +1.
Let me check.
So if it's negative, then you really just can't carry them at all.
+2.
Awesome. So you can carry up to 2 soul coins without a drain on your soul. A soul coin has 3 charges. If you're carrying the soul coin, you can use its action to expend 1 charge and do one of the following. You can siphon away some of the soul's essence with drain life and gain 1d6 temporary hit points. 1d10 temporary hit points. Or you could do query, which is to telepathically ask the soul a question and receive a brief telepathic response, which you can understand. The soul only knows what it knew in life, but it must answer truthfully and to the best of it. You sense that if you... Because I'm basically...
Never mind.
Oh, what? Huh? Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
He cut out on mine too, but I think he just stopped talking for a second.
Maybe. Anyway, if you cast a spell that removes a curse on the soul coin, you immediately free the soul trapped within it. Also, by expending all of the coin's charges, will free the soul trapped within it. A freed soul travels to the realm of the god it served, or the outer plane most so closely is tied to its alignment. So basically, it just goes wherever it would have gone if it wasn't trapped in the coin. You could potentially destroy it, but not by normal means. Freeing a soul from a soul coin is considered a good act, even if the soul belongs to an evil creature. Probably you can guess that they're evil and not necessarily feel too bad because they had to sign a contract to get in that coin. But it's still technically good to free them. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's evil to do anything else with them. So you could, if you're a lawful stupid paladin, walk around just freeing every soul coin, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold on and see what else soul coins can
Lawful
do.
stupid.
You also know that soul coins are a currency of the 9 hells and highly valued by devils. They're used among the infernal hierarchy to barter for favors, bribe the unwilling, and reward the faithful for services rendered. Soul coins are created by Mammon and his greater devils on Minaros, the third layer of the nine hells, in a vast chamber where the captured souls of evil mortals are bound into the coins. These coins are then distributed throughout the nine hells to be used for goods and services, infernal deals, dark bargains, and bribes. So there's the soul coin. There you go.
Cool. While we're taking this long rest and stuff, you guys remember that basilisk egg from like what 50 sessions ago, man? I wanna take it out and just take a little check on it.
Cook it up for breakfast.
No.
And while she does that, hey Jake, what spell would you take for 4th level if it was you?
The two that I said earlier, Banishment and Dimension Door, but you'd have to remove a 1st level or a different spell. I don't know what you have. So Banishment and then question mark. But Banishment for sure. Because banishing a devil or a demon while we're down here for 10 rounds is pretty nice. Like, oh, did those will-o-wisps ever come back?
No.
Or are they just gone? No? So
No,
I'm assuming that when the ritual ended.
Yep, the exorcism banished the demonic spirits.
Oh.
See, so like that turn undead, it was, I mean, I had to cast it twice, and the second time they might have succeeded on one of the throws, but I was able to basically completely end the fight just by banishing them, even though they didn't die.
Yeah.
So banishment, they were fighting like, you know, a CR10 demon, and it's like, okay, we're about to get F. You banish it for 10 rounds while we kill everything else, and then we all just surround it, and when it comes back, we just beat the shit out of it. Or if it's a demon, it sends it back to the abyss. Devil would just be banished, but demons we would actually send back to the abyss. So 100% with the situation we're in, banishment.
Then I'm probably going to go ahead and take banishment.
I forgot about the demons.
Yeah, and in fact, there are. I mean, I guess the nine hells could be seen as a plane, but I don't know. Maybe if they're native to another plane, like if they're from Minaros, maybe you could banish them back to Minaros. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, definitely, demons are not from hell; they're from the abyss. So if you are encountering demons, then banishment is supercharged.
Yeah, that's. I had the scroll of it that one time, and we tried to use it, and that would have basically ended that fight immediately, banishing the thing back to hell. But it failed, and we had to kill it. So
that scroll was in the book, by the way.
Got it.
Good. I'm sure there was a reason for it.
The scroll was, but the demon wasn't, or the devil wasn't. Scree, were you? What were you working on?
Egg.
Oh, the egg.
Egg. I'm sitting on the egg, warming it up like a bird.
Make a nature
Doing bird
check.
things. Bird things with the bird egg. Not a bird egg. I'm gonna be quite surprised when I find out it's not a bird egg, because Scree didn't come here
Yeah.
when the basilisk. So this entire time he thought it was.
Yeah, you were the rogue. The rogue was like, oh wait, no. Wait, were you a rogue originally? Yeah, you were.
Wait, yeah. How did
totally
Scree get the
one of those
basilisk egg?
rogues.
The rogue
was-
gave it to
when-
me.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like, here's an egg I
Wait.
found. You can have it. And Scree's like, okay. Make a nature check,
5.
Scree. 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, you can't. You look at the egg, and it looks like an egg. You can't tell anything about it. You can't tell how close it is to hatching. But you do feel a warmth from within, so it definitely seems like it is alive
Egg.
and growing.
Yay, egg! I look at the others and I go, look at my egg.
They
Interesting.
looking a little leathery.
You can
Leathery? What's wrong with a leathery egg?
I don't know. I'm not an.
You were there.
I'm not an expert.
Expert. You guys know where it came from? That random person just gave it to me before we left here.
There's one thing I've ever learned about random strangers. It's that you should trust and take what they give you.
You're
I say-
right.
So,
I say, how do you feel about lizard?
Lizards?
Yeah, like really big one.
I love big lizards.
Oh well, then you're in for a treat. Do you know what a basilisk is?
I'm aware of what a basilisk is.
Have you seen a basilisk egg before?
No.
Yes, you have. You're holding it right now.
Oh my god. Well, he's
So,
still mine. I
It's
don't
probably,
care what you guys say about this, my
Hey,
child.
I'm all for it. I think it's probably fine as long as it's on our side. I do have a little bit of repressed fears about that now, but it's probably all right. As long as as long as it's ours, it's fine. I don't even know how long they take. And worst case, we can harvest its gallbladder for no, not like kill it, just like do like that thing they do in China, and like we'll sell it. We'll make a.
Don't
You mean
do what they do in
kill
China.
Christians and
I
take their
won't-
organs?
I'm not continuing. I'm not continuing on Chinese traditional medicine harvesting, but
Bear bile.
yeah. But yeah, there's plenty of things we could do with it. It'll be our new companion as long as it's our friend. But if you're not able to keep a hold on it, then it's gonna have to go. So make sure you do it right.
I refuse to let him go. He's mine.
Then you better get a book on child rearing a basilisk. Then
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Basilisk cousin-
I say maybe that-
cousinry.
maybe that Fae book that Zoe picked up has some information on that. We
Give
haven't ever
it-
looked into that.
Give it.
No
We kind of just
idea.
forgot that side quest.
I didn't forget it.
We, not you.
Oh, I
All
know.
of us collectively did.
I kind of forgot, but you guys were busy with this whole Elturel thing.
Yeah,
Speaking of
we're
which,
in the middle of something.
Speaking of which, that will be. You guys can continue chatting, but once you're done, you guys are offered provisions for the night, so you don't have to expend any of your supplies. And
Awesome.
so you have your,
Sweet.
your water skins, and you have whatever. I think I put you each at 10 rations, so you can go out
Yep.
with. They can't spare anymore, but you guys are at 10, and they were able to share with you while you're there. So you guys can continue, but when you're done, then you can just proceed. And if you want to talk to any NPCs or ask any questions, you can. But you have your quest, and so go ahead. Is everyone finished leveling up? Did you guys refresh everything?
Yes.
You got all your hit points, hit dice. Remember, not all of your hit dice recover. Half of your hit dice recover.
Right, and we have to use hit dice to heal, right? Now.
No.
Oh, the short
for
rest.
A long rest, your hit points go to maximum. And additionally, you recover
Okay,
half of your
right.
hit dice for future short rests. So Zoe, you will now be at 4 hit dice. So your max is 8, and if
Yeah.
you do another long rest, then you will be at your max. So as you do short rest, you'll probably want a short rest for your spell slots, but you should definitely try to conserve your hit dice if possible. Then if you get the next long rest, then you'll recover those.
Yeah.
And Scree,
Got it. Awesome. Thank
you
you.
have a max. This is not right.
And I am probably going to end up going over my character sheet with you at some time in the next 2 weeks to just double check that I haven't missed shit or done something stupid.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, so Scree and Raxlor have the same hit dice. Well, wait a minute. Rogue is 1d10. So 7d8 and 1d10. So, Scree, what are your current hit dice? Do you have 1d8 and... This does not be right. What hit dice do you show?
60-10? Like total? Are you talking total?
In total, you should have 6d8 and 1d10. What do you show for max?
Oh,
What do you show for max hit dice?
60-10.
So, okay, so you haven't updated the last couple levels. Wait, 6d10. Oh, yeah. Ranger, and then the Rogue is d8. So,
Oh.
okay, so your hit dice are 1d8 and then 7d10. What hit dice did you
Got it.
roll? When you rolled for max hit points, what dice did you roll?
Ranger. The 60-10. Sorry.
What die, what sided die did you roll for your hit dice? For your hit points?
D10.
Okay, good.
D10.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that you didn't roll the D8. So your max is 7d10, but then you also have a D8 from your rogue level that you took. What do you show?
Okay,
for
got
your
it.
What do you show for your current hit dice?
7. I just updated it to 7d10 and 1d8.
Okay, so what I have is you've used less than half of your hit dice, so then we'll just put you at maximum. So now, if you're noticing, this is actually really important. You have a ton of hit dice. That's great. Your friends do not. And you will not be allowed to long rest on the plains of Avernus. You will need to find some sort of a shelter, which means that when you're just traveling day to day, your hit dice and spells are gonna be your only heals, but you won't get your spell slots back until you find a long rest. So
Leoman's tiny hut.
yeah, Leoman's tiny hut would be a great thing for someone to get somehow.
That's 3rd level though, but when you get 3rd level, that would be really, really nice.
But anyway, yeah, so make sure you track your hit dice. They are one of your main resources for surviving this blasted wasteland. So you are at 1d8 and 7d10. So that's actually the inverse of base. But somehow you only have 5 more hit points. I guess that's the average. Okay, so I'm putting you guys all at full hit points. Is everyone all leveled up now? Anything else you're missing?
I think I'm good.
Good.
Okay, so you guys wake up feeling refreshed. Except Scree is feeling this impending curseness and is not feeling good. You feel like
That's
noise at me.
I cast remove curse, and I go. I touch him, and I say, next time you want to go bumbling around mummies' tombs, remember the spell slot.
I will.
I'm wasting on you. Fresh spell slot just out of the oven.
I will. Sorry.
I mean, I kind of wanted to see what was in there too, but you know, don't encourage me.
Oh, you got some good treasure.
Yeah, that's true.
You got that yellow elemental gem. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I still have that.
That's true.
The bracer that's
So you can. Oh, we got both of those from. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Nothing for me though. You know, nothing in that bag of tricks for me, and I had to use the spell slot. Just saying. Pretty sure I turned the thing too.
Oh, this is sad. I have to get rid of Rhea. She's been like on your little companions thing. But...
Well, no, I was gonna ask. I was gonna go up to Rhea and say, so you said you're gonna be training these people. You're not coming with us, Rhea? I mean, you're kind of an integral part of our team.
Oh, this is.
I don't know if we can do it without you.
Rhea turns to you and she says, Raxlor, I really appreciate the time that we've spent together, and I know that if we had not met, that none of us would have survived, and I'll never forget the time that we spent together. But my place is here. I've sworn multiple oaths to protect it, and maybe I'll decide to go Oathbreaker later on, but at least for these lower levels, I want to go ahead and honor my oath. So unfortunately, I will not be able to join you. However, please, as long as you're surviving, at any time, feel free to return to Elturel. And if there's anything that we can do to help, then we absolutely will. And maybe one day we can all have drinks back on the material plane, and I'll welcome you to the High Hall, but for better reasons.
I look really, really sad. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, way better than what I said, though. She says it way more emotionally.
Yeah, of course.
It's like John Swartzwelder wrote it or something.
I look really sad at her and I say, okay, but I thought that sword was coming with us.
She says, oh, well, I mean, it's kind of like my official, like, sort of my standard sort of a thing, but hey, actually, there was this other sword, that magical one that we used for the ritual. It still seems to have all of its magic, and yeah, it's not gonna do any special good here. Why don't you guys take this magical greatsword with you?
Say, is that one magic?
Yeah, its name is Redemption, and once per turn, when you reduce a fiend or undead to 0 hit points with this magical weapon, you can have that creature instantly evaporate in a radiant burst. All fiends and undead within 30 feet of the creature take 2d8 radiant damage and must succeed a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the end of the next turn. But that's not all. While you're holding the magic weapon and damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can choose to remain conscious instead. The feature is called Undying. You still make death saving throws, and you suffer normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points. However, blah, 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 blah. So basically, you can keep fighting even as you're making death saving throws.
But
Wow.
it's a great sword.
Yes, a great sword. And
I look around at our.
Sorry, it wasn't a really great sword.
It's not an amazing sword. I look around at our weak and frail party with like their knees knocking together and stuff, and I'm like, I guess you can't. What was the other? I'm asking you now, just because I don't remember. What was her other sword? Was it a long sword?
Yeah, just a regular long sword.
I say, man, this is actually a tough choice. Like, not choice. I mean, there's no choice. I want to convince her to take the great sword and convince her that she could use the great sword better, but also it's really, really, really nice. But no one can use it. Oh, if Raxlor dies and my warlock comes, he needs the great sword. That could be his pact weapon. I say, you know what, Rhea?
She gives you a
I
choice.
accept.
She will give you a choice.
No,
She
great
tells
sword's
you-
fine.
She says,
Great sword's fine.
Okay. You're just gonna
Great
go.
sword's fine, thank you.
You're gonna jump off of the
Yeet.
city and just roll.
I'm gonna jump
along.
off. I'm gonna jump off and land and not die, and I'm gonna start climbing up the chains.
Round 2.
No. But it would be good to have, because if my warlock comes online and what do I have? I'll loot the corpse and use, I don't know, Valrog or something. So that'd be nice to have. So we can take it, and if someone comes along, can Shora use it? She's too weak to wield a greatsword, isn't she?
Well, it would be proficiencies.
She's probably not proficient.
Because I have to decide on her size. I wanted to make her small, and aren't
Oh, yeah.
small creatures not able to dual, like, two-handed weapons or something weird?
I think they have disadvantage.
That's dumb. Her
That is
proficiencies are
Heavy.
Well, she has a short sword and a long bow. I don't think she could. I don't think she has.
Probably not. She sounds more like a rogue type of thing.
Yeah, simple weapons, and then short sword, short bow, long bow. So
And I mean, worst case, Raxlor is proficient with simple and martial weapons. I could use the damn thing, and someone else could take Heaven's Fall.
yeah.
So, but then I could shield. We'll take the powerful sword. She can keep her stupid charge sword, BS +1. Ooh, magic weapon. Defend herself from demons or whatever.
Sounds like somebody's jealous.
I mean, I would like both. I mean, we claimed both, and now she's just ditching us. But
You can
whatever.
take both, but if you don't want it, then
No.
for roleplay reasons she keeps it.
No, she. That makes sense. I was hoping to convince her to come with us, but also I don't want her to come with us because it's just one more person to keep track of. So
That's what Shora's for.
I'm torn. Yeah, but 2 people. So I say no.
Missed
That's a good
everything.
point. Thank you. We'll accept this sword. Thank you for bequeathing that on us. And once Shora gets strong enough, we'll be keeping her under watch and helping her train to be a knight. Once she gets strong enough, we'll let her use the sword. Maybe she can train with it and stuff, and eventually be able to use it. I say, or maybe another member of our party will join and need a two-handed weapon. So thank you. We'll take this, and I'm sad to see you go, but we'll definitely come back and visit you. And certainly once we have rescued Elturel and brought it back to the material plane and, filled all the cracks in with grout and mortar and painted over it, we'll come and visit you in the High Hall when you're the head of the Hell Riders, blah, 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 blah. And when I'm the head of Hell, I'll... etc. So, okay, we got a sword. What's it called? I'll write it down.
Redemption.
So,
And
I'm just assuming I'm carrying it because I'm...
Yeah, and whenever you're actually using it, then I'll copy paste the features or whatever.
Yeah, no one's using it. I'm just putting it in my inventory. I'm the carrier because I've got 540 carry capacity, so I'm just slugging it in my pack. But got that, and I have done all the discussion I need to do.
Shora's hit dice go up as well because I forgot sidekicks actually level. And she rolled an 8, which is max. +1.
Nice.
So she gets 9 more hit points. So that's pretty sweet. So you say your goodbyes to Rhea, and Shora looks at you and says, "So, how do we proceed, guys?" Well, I'll tell you what. Of course, I'm gonna listen to whatever you guys say, but I'm pretty handy with these tools that I got here, and I'm a pretty good mechanic if I say so myself, and I feel like it might be dangerous going out, but if we scavenge up the right supplies, I think I could fashion myself some kind of a nice glider. I mean, maybe more than one if you need it, but I'm pretty confident.
Glider? Why would we need a glider?
Oh.
If I'm just letting you know, if I actually used to mess around with those sorts of things and climb up the towers and float down, so I feel pretty confident that I could do that. I don't know if I could do it for all of us, but and of course you guys, whatever you plan is good, but I just want to offer that. But I don't know how dangerous it might be scavenging for supplies. Speaking of supplies, though, it might not be, if we need anything, it might not be bad to look for it, but again, this city's been pretty dangerous, so but also besides the method, like where are we gonna get down? Do we just go jump off the edge? Like, what do you guys think we're gonna do? So there's Shora prompting you.
I do have Featherfall, so I don't know if we need to scavenge. But
we do need to scavenge, just not necessarily for a glider.
Yeah.
Shora says, well, if we do scavenge, I'd like to look for glider pieces.
Well, if we don't, how many pitons do we have?
Oh no.
We could just tie a whole bunch of ropes together, scavenge 500 feet of rope.
Yeah, I see that not going very well. Roll your 17th Constitution saving throw. God damn it, please don't. Law of averages is about to fuck me in the butt.
Those giant iron chains are attached to the city. We could probably, if we want to climb down, we could probably use those, but I don't know. They give me the heebies. That's Shora speaking. Lulu has no idea.
Oh yeah, Lulu. I mean, she's just gonna be flying alongside.
Yeah, she's like,
whatever,
hey guys, I can fly. Like, I'll do whatever you ask. I'm gonna be with you guys, of course, but I can fly, so I'm good.
I say, well, I'm sure your mechanic skills are unmatched as all of your other skills, but I think I would rather prefer to use magic to get down if we could, since that's a little bit more reliable than rickety mechanisms bodged together from old ruined city parts. Not that that's any insult to you, it's just,
Sure.
what you're working with. But we do need to scavenge. I would like some extra rope and some extra water skins to fill up before we leave, because I'm kind of afraid we're going to run out of water while we're down there. I can't think of anything else in particular that I'd be looking for, but those two things specifically. So while we're looking for those things, if you happen to come across the parts, but we do have a Featherfall ability, so pretty much the safest thing to do would be for us all to just jump off holding hands and then have Featherfall cast on us. But The problem is going to be getting distance from the city. So we would need at least 2 gliders, because we also have fly. So 2 people could be casted fly, and the other 2 people could have gliders. But yeah, if you can scavenge enough parts for 2 gliders, and you think you can make them well enough, then you can try it.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay, how do we scavenge?
She shrugs and says, "Well, I guess we can go out and look in some of the shops. Actually, I saw some. Let's see which direction. Back towards where that halfling was, not too far from the High Hall. I saw he had a bakery. He said that was out of supplies, but I saw a couple other shops over there. We could go search around a little bit."
Okay, let's go do that. I think we're all rested up and ready to go. We can go try and get some supplies. Definitely need some rope and water skins are what I'm looking for.
Awesome. Be right back real quick.
Okay. And if you want, table plop would now be the El Terrell map, which is just the map of the city.
I am sorry, I am so out of it today, guys. I'm doing my best to pay attention and do fine, but I am having a rough day.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, you're playing great.
Well, I know that's a lie, but thanks.
As great as ever.
That actually makes things even worse.
I have to remove Rhea's picture. Goodbye, Rhea. Thank you. She's not dead. She's here.
As long as we hold her in our hearts, right?
I ain't got room in there. Yeet.
Okay, so let's do an investigation check. So, okay, Shore's looking for supplies, so she's going to build a glider. That's what she's just like super focused and interested on that. Plus, she thinks it'd be really cool. She knows how to make a fold-up one. She tells you, so don't worry. It'll be compact, and she can still do whatever plan you want. But it would be nice for her to have a pocket glider. That's what she thinks.
It wouldn't hurt to have, you never know.
Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do is ask you what items you're scavenging for, and then you can make a investigation check to search through the shops and find what you're looking for. So what are you...
Shit, I need to figure out what I'm looking for.
Raxlor, you can go for... Oh, I sent a picture to the Discord group, and also put it... Oh, well, I was going to put it there. I'm also putting it on the... There we go. On the stream. So this is what you see going on below you. So if you look in this image that I sent on Discord, you can see in the middle of the picture that black orb, that's the companion. And you can see right below that the city that you're floating on, El Terrell. And then down below that, you see this battle happening. So this is what's raging directly below you.
Yeah, I don't really want to get in the middle of that.
But the art sucks because from this angle, it looks like it extends out hundreds of feet in all directions, which is a little ridiculous. So, not quite that way, but that's what you're working with. Something like that. So, Raxlord, do you want to make an investigation check and tell me what you're looking for first, and then make the check?
Yeah, let's see. Remember when you did that thing where you were like, "Here's a shopping list of things I want."
Oh, okay. You send me whatever.
Mine's not that
Hello,
quite so
I'm
bad.
It's
Yeah,
all
what am
gonna
I going to
depend
go
on your roll.
scavenge for?
I don't know. Whatever you want. What did you say, Nick?
Yeah, send me a list of whatever you want, and then make the roll, and then the gods can decide.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be random anyway. So
If you get a 20, I guess you're probably gonna get whatever you're looking for. Okay, so stuff you could look for. It's not gonna be healing potions and magic items. You know, I mean, yeah, you could find that stuff, but that's not. You can't really like search for that. It would be more like general supplies, maybe weapons and armor. I mean, that's kind of like a harder thing, but Shora is proficient in leather armor, and she's wearing plain armor. So, if you found an armor shop, you could upgrade her to studded leather. I think you guys are mostly maxed out for equipment that you could just find in a regular shop. But imagine anything that you could buy in a major city, but it's free because you're stealing it. But there's a chance that you're not gonna find everything because you're not stealing, you're looting. So, hey, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is going on right now. Anyway,
mark that in the stream for the future.
Yeah, it is not. He has not yet been found not guilty for murdering someone.
How the fuck is there even a question of it? He
the
literally
judge-
broke the law. He was underage with a weapon that he crossed state lines with, and it was illegal to do so, and he's underage. Therefore, that should be an automatic conviction because he then proceeded to kill 2 people while he was breaking that federal law, and that makes the self-defense argument 100% null and void. You're not supposed to be able to argue self-defense if you kill somebody while you're in the act of breaking a law like that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
premeditated. He did all that stuff.
And he's like
Premeditated or not, it doesn't count as self-defense. It's not allowed. But
all these
hate
people
that.
were charging at me. I felt in fear of my life because people were charging me. Why were they charging at you again? I don't know. They kept saying he shot some guy. He shot some guy. Like, he literally, the reason everyone was chasing him is because he had already murdered an innocent person, the first person that died. Because, I thought I saw them burning a dumpster or something, so I'm going to be Rambo. The prosecution
But it still
is
doesn't
really...
count. It doesn't matter if they were attacking him and he 100% defended himself. He still does not get to use self-defense, or at least he's not supposed to. It was still an illegal act. There should literally be not one fucking thing he can do to get out of it. But they are such...
And the prosecution is screwing it up. They interviewed the guy who had his bicep blown off by Rittenhouse, and they were the prosecution, they did an okay job, but they're totally letting the defense paint a picture like, well, he was chasing him with the gun, so that's why he shot. He was an active shooter. As far as the paramedic was concerned, this guy was an active shooter. That's why everyone's chasing him. You can't say self-defense after you killed someone and people are trying to take you down. I thought the whole thing is...
You can't claim self-defense after you cross state lines with a gun as an underage kid. You are officially 100% violating the law the entire time you're in that state.
And his
Anything
mom has
you
no
do.
charges. His mom's the one who gave him the weapon and drove him across state lines. Where's her trial?
Sorry I keep interrupting. This one really pisses me off because it's so fucking blatant. There have been so many that it's...
I know, I can
pretty
barely
blatant.
watch the trial because I know what's going to happen. You realize it's happening at the same time as the trial for the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery?
No, I didn't.
That's the guy in the jogger in Georgia, and these 3 rednecks jumped in their pickup truck and started chasing him down.
And they
him.
blocked him in with trucks.
Yeah, and blasted him with a shotgun. By the way, the medical examiner testified that the shotgun blast, the first one that killed him, was from the side at an angle, which means that he was not charging the guy trying to take his gun. He was literally running around the side of him when he was shot and killed.
Yep.
But we'll see if they get off too.
Well, you've seen the video of them killing him, right?
They showed more video at the trial. They showed the full version where you can see beforehand, and they broke it down frame by frame. And yeah, he was literally, they trapped the guy on both sides, and then he shot him as he was running by him to the side.
Yeah, he was trying to get away. Yeah, I've seen the whole video, and it yeah, I mean, it was a blatant. I'm just so mad.
I would say this is now a political channel, but we've always been doing that since the first. But it's okay because I don't have an audience. And it's especially okay because if my audience disagrees with me, then I ask them to please block me. Go away. I don't want to talk to you now or ever. Okay, so, Discord, I have a message. Rope, water skins, crowbar, grappling hook. Ah, you got that from me. You should just.
I looked through the list and I saw grappling hook and I was like, yeah, it might not be a bad idea.
Do you have enough vials? Do you have enough empty vials? I gave you some.
I don't have any empty vials because I filled them all with holy water, but I have 6 holy water vials, so it wouldn't hurt to have extra, but I think I'm fine with what I've got.
God, I have no idea what I should look for.
You don't have to look for anything, but if there's anything that you've been wishing that you could get, like, oh man, I wish we could find a shop so that I could buy this. Shora could be looking for upgraded armor, but she is actually more interested in her glider. She loves, every time she talks about building her glider, her eyes light up. She's like, fixating on it. Raxlor, you want to make an investigation check and I don't know.
Sure.
I feel like high teens, I'd probably give you pretty much all of it. If you get a natural 20, I'll throw in some vials.
How about an 18 including guidance and modifier?
Yeah. You get all that. 18, you're able to find all your stuff.
Now I've got to type it all out on my sheet.
Or copy and paste.
Well, how much rope? How much rope do I get? How many water skins do I get?
You find You find 1 extra water skin for each of you, convenient. So now you can have 1 full day's worth of water. Because half a day's worth of water, that's annoying. I guess it's because they want you to be, I don't know, filling it up while you're traveling, but water's not so easy to find in Avernus. Maybe I'll regret that, but I'll go ahead and give you each. So basically, you could make it to the end of the day, so you could go 1 whole day without finding a source of water. The second day, you'd need to find one, or if you get your second day, if you end it without water, I think you get exhaustion. You get 2 50-foot lengths of rope in addition to whatever you have. You find other rope, but there's a lot that's like way shorter and it's frayed or it's snapped or whatever, but you find 2 decent coils of hemp rope 50 feet each.
Okay. Conveniently, while I was just kind of estimating how much I get, that's what I typed, so I agree.
Scree, is there any supplies that you'd like to look for? Anything you'd like to scout for that you've been wishing you had?
No, I think Raxlor found, like, basically most of the things we need. I don't have any ideas on what else we could need.
Okay. Yeah, it's mostly just, this is your chance to shop, except there's no shopkeepers. So, you go several sessions between shops, so sometimes you're like, oh, I really need a, like Big E broke his crowbar at one point, so he wanted another one. I'm going to make a roll for Shora, and all she wants is her glider. Pieces for a glider. And she's going to find pieces, and her roll just depends on how effective they're going to be. So, let me get her intelligence. So she has 0 intelligence and no investigation, and you can't give her guidance because you're using that. So I'm just
I used it.
20 roll. 7.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
I can tie her to my back with my rope and fly.
She finds a pretty good piece of fabric. A nice solid one, and she's really excited about it, but she cannot find like anything to use for like poles and mechanisms and stuff. So she was partially successful, but she does not have a glider yet.
Oh.
she meets you in the shop, and she's like, "Oh, hey, did you find what you were looking? You find the supplies and stuff?"
I have all my stuff like in the blanket that I found. I've got all my stuff and it's just a big pile. I'm like, oh yeah, I hit the mother load. I found this. I found a fabric shop. I found a little hardware shop and got the crowbar and yeah, pretty much everything I wanted. Found it all. It was under some rubble. Had to knock some stuff aside, smash with my hammer, but you know, it's all part of the.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you found your supplies. And then she looks down.
Yeah, how'd you do?
She's looking down at this canvas in her hands, and she holds it up, and she gets a big smile, and she goes, "Found this really awesome piece of canvas. I think it's big enough to be able to make a glider out of." I didn't find the other parts I needed though, but I'm gonna hang on to this.
Oh.
I'm gonna make a glider one day. I swear, even if I don't use it to get off of this place. I just want a glider.
All right, well, yeah, you hold on to that. You know, we might maybe we can use it for a tent or something. You know, be a hat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so Scree and Zoe, you're just hanging out outside.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't think. I don't know what to get.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are exiting the latest shop that you're looking in. And everyone make a perception check.
All right.
$22.
Also 22.
Oh, nice.
I'm still looking for it on my thing. There it is. 14.
Okay, Scree and Raxlor, at the same time, you both notice this. Laying in the street, in the middle of the street, is a charred humanoid corpse. And you see that it is clutching a silvered longsword in its hand.
I know better than to desecrate the dead. I look at the body and I say, poor soul. Right, Scree?
Yeah.
It's a shame that sword's gonna go to waste. It would be a great tool for fighting devils down here. You know, they're weak to silver.
What kind of sword is it again?
It looks silver to me.
Longsword.
Ooh, it's shiny. I take the sword. I'm taking the sword. I'm taking the sword. Oh yeah.
Awesome. So write down silvered longsword. So Scree.
Oh yeah.
And Scree's like kind of dancing his feet and like tapping his feathered fingertips together. Ooh boy, a silver longsword. So he reaches down and grasps the sword, and you feel a rumbling in your stomach.
Oh no.
And you think that you're about to let loose a giant
I
fart.
curse.
But then you realize the curse is gone. You realize it's not your stomach rumbling, but the ground, and suddenly the ground bursts open as spouts of hellfire spew up. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Got it. 19.
19. You succeed the saving throw and thus take only half damage, which is as follows. Alright, so you're going to take 5 fire damage. Not too bad. Less than average.
Ooh.
So you dodge out of the way. You do get your
A
feathers
little
singed,
bit like
but
roast chicken.
Yeah. The smell of roast chicken is in the air. However, as you roll out of the way and kind of land on your butt on the other side of the fire, you look in the belt pouch of this corpse, and you actually see a magical vial in there as well. So you snatch that up. So, write blue swirling potion. However,
Is it
I
the...
think you can actually taste it with your fingertips and find out what it is. Apparently.
Oh god, alright. I'm gonna be reckless and do that and be like a little nibble.
Okay, so you taste it and somehow you just know what it is. apparently, according to the Player's Handbook. And this is a potion of giant strength, specifically frost giant strength. So you drink it, and for the duration, you get a hugely increased strength.
Huh.
Yeah, one time I was playing a campaign with Joey, and I gave him a belt of giant strength, which means it's permanent, and then he just hit everything, and I really regretted giving that to him because I thought it was like EverQuest stats.
Mhm.
So what is that potion called again?
Potion of frost giant strength.
Make sure you add the frost. That matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, frost is actually one of the stronger ones.
I've got hill.
It's not even a
adds
plus,
a +1.
It's not even a plus bonus. It sets your strength, I believe, to a certain amount.
Yeah.
So no matter what you are, you suddenly are at like 22 or 24 or something ridiculous. I'll look it up when you drink it. That's pretty good.
Hill Giant's 19, and I think they go up by 2s.
That sounds right. And I think Frost Giant's like the 3rd tier. I think it's 23.
Yeah, that sounds right. 19, 21, 23.
So Scree is snatching up this loot. So you have the silver longsword and you have the potion of giant strength. At this point, as you guys are, doing all this, you hear footstep boots coming towards you. Tromp, 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 tromp. And they're basically coming straight down the aisle that you are heading towards, and turning a corner and charging right into you is a pack of 7 ghouls.
What?
And there's the cliffhanger.
7?
7
Just me and
ghouls
Scree?
turn the corner. No, all you guys are there. You were together.
Okay, where are we going?
And...
I'm not just okay. So we're scavenging together as a group, and after we get all of our stuff scavenged, where are we just in general, just so I have an idea?
Near the High Hall, you're just a couple blocks away, kind of the area you were going to the graveyard, and you might remember that there was one point where you heard a bunch of marching, and you were able to successfully hide, and there were 24 ghouls that marched by, and you guys hid from them. So you actually notice that one of them is armored differently, and you recognize him from the group earlier, so... this is like a fragment of that group, so you're not fighting the full 24 ghouls, but you do have 7 of them. The leader, I'm going to call him that. He is wearing armor that glows magically. In a not as much be scared of this, but more like you want this way. And that's where we cliffhang. So, no, you guys are all together, and you got some loot, and kill the ghouls, get some more. And then probably not do any more scavenging. But scavenging's good, and you're getting magic items from it, but you just have a battle that you get to do.
Yeah.
7 ghouls, you guys can wipe that out pretty quick. So, there you go. So, that's the session. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for playing, everyone. So when we resume next time, it will begin with you guys fighting this group of ghouls. And we'll probably do Theater of the Mind. I'll set up a little grid for them and try to keep it going real quick. But then you can kill the ghouls and then decide what you're doing next. You're already outside, so you could find an edge to climb off, or you could look for another option. You guys there's that secret passage in High Hall which you guys found, yeah, I guess you could you could ask Gideon if you wanted to go back there. Probably don't, but there could be an option there too. You guys saw some kind of a passage in the basement that might be useful, but I don't know if there's necessarily a reason to go back there. Or however you guys want to do it. You could jump off the bridge, you can go to the edge. We'll do the battle, and then you guys can go ahead and continue on escaping the city. Yeah. So, All right,
Awesome.
thanks everyone.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna end the stream here. Make sure everyone's got their items written down, and if there's anything you haven't finished up on your character sheet, you got some time to do it, and I'm happy to review. So, thanks again, everyone.